What's up, gamers? How are we doing today? Yeah, I'm starting to get some vaccine ick as well. But the stream must go on. I'm not gonna cancel 999 a second week in a row. How are folks doing? Let's get some 999 ending grind going. Yeah, I'd have to die anyway, so what's the point of stopping? What's the point of not doing it? Alright, memories of the escape? No, that's not what I want. We got the COVID vaccine again. New vaccine. Let's do this, and then Brighton D&D, let's go. Yeah, this is the fourth one. I'm waiting for the intranasal one that they're working on. That's supposed to like... Wait, I can just do menu here. Can't I? Yeah. Hello. Yeah, the intranasal vaccine seems quite promising. Okay, so I think that the other choice to make for the other main ending is going to be just coming here and choosing a different door. I believe we'll just pop here.
Just
yes.
We need to make the whole thing fair. Blah de blah. Hurry it up, Mr. I have a brilliant.
Let you see the flowchart. I looked up a little bit. I looked up how to get the various endings. Vaguely. Spoiler-free guide. Okay. Lore Master Sheepy's on the case. Are you completely sure? One and 6. I thought I read that the ending, the main standard 3 endings just change based on the door you choose here. Is that not accurate?
One, two, three. Just double.
Yes.
We need to make the whole. Hurry. Yeah. All right. The first ace.
Yes.
No. Next. Yeah.
No.
There's
No.
but
Just
I am
Oh, I know.
nobody wants
I'm not gonna get the true ending here. That's one of the special endings you have to do.
June.
June.
yes.
Eighth. Seven. Six. Okay. I want to go.
Oops. So I did door 1 already. I haven't done 2 or 6 though. What did this one guide say? Yeah, I know that, but there's another standard ending that I have to do, then there's 2 other special endings. Right? I haven't done all the standard endings yet. I've only done 2 of them. Okay. So let's see. This is actually kind of cool. There's like a little flow chart. So I guess I'll do... I think that these will lead to the same outcome. I guess okay, let me look at the flow. I can't look at the flow. Let's do this.
I want to go through door 6.
Can I look at the flow now? Okay. Is there a way to like change like what pathway it's activated through here? Using the flow system? You don't think so? That's a bit annoying. And now without going through the route. That's kind of annoying, actually. That's kind of a major flaw in this system. Ending. Let me just find this guide. I found one that I thought was pretty good, but I want to pull it up on my phone. No, that's not okay. What is the effing guide called? Hold on. What is the freaking guide called? Okay, it's the IGN one. Endings guide. Standard endings. Okay. Yeah, I want to just do this one. I think that I got the, like I said, I'm pretty sure I got the sub in a non-standard way, technically. I think I might have to close the game manually and reopen it. This game does not like being minimized. Yeah, okay. I have to restart it, sorry. I have it up on my phone now, though. So I think choosing door 6 should give me the last standard ending. Continue. Yes. Let's see. Menu. Please, menu. Low. Okay, but what if I do this though? What if I come down here and then I do this?
Let's make sure we've got this straight.
And then I say, bring me up here. Come on. Okay. And then I come down here. I don't really understand the selection system on this screen very much. It's not very good.
1, 2.
Okay, did that keep the flow that I chose? It did. Okay, I wonder if that's what you gotta do. You have to like push yourself down that line manually, and then it'll keep the flow. Maybe I think that it went down this way before, but I don't know for sure. Okay. Let's go back.
Just
Yeah.
we need hurry. Yeah.
I wish there was a better way to skip the text in this game.
First one, Ace.
Yes, I do.
No. Next. Yeah. Clover. No.
But
Just give some.
I am not.
Barely. Maybe. Nobody.
Ah!
Oh. June.
June.
Yes.
Ace. 7.
Just based off of the description for this ending, it doesn't sound good. I just chose one on accident. Motherfucker. That's what I get for spamming through the text.
1, 2.
I'm gonna switch to the novel screen because it'll be faster.
Yeah.
We need to hurry. Yeah. All right. The first Ace.
Yes, I
No. Next is.
It looks like there's supposed to be a better system for skipping, but there isn't one. Like these buttons down here actually do nothing. At least for me. I don't know what they're supposed to do, but they don't actually do anything.
June.
June.
Yes.
So this was Ace. 7. Santa and June. The door. Okay. The last one. I want to go through.
6.
I want to go through.
That's a problem. None of these teams will be able to go through the doors they want.
Clover and I chose door 1.
Lotus and I chose door 2.
That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however.
The digital routes don't match up either.
We've got similar problems. Junpei and I want to go through door 6, but our digital route is 5. If we're gonna open that door, we need a 1.
Damn, what are we gonna do now?
What are we going to do?
Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little result. I mean, this was the natural problem that could have occurred with this, is obviously if they're just choosing what door they want to go through on their own. They might end up making the wrong path. Eventually, Clover broke the
Why
silence.
don't Seven and Lotus go through door 1 with me?
Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice, but her logic was sound. Seven and Lotus looked at each other. 7 plus 8 plus 4 equals 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 1 equals 0 equals 1. The first problem resolved. Ace spoke up.
What about me?
Isn't that obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1?
You mean I should join Santa's team?
Yes.
Clover nodded, her face still cold and emotionless. Her attitude and posture could not have been more different than the energetic girl of only a few hours before. Ace, you idiot! No one seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable, given the horrible situation in which she had found herself, but even so...
Huh. I understand. I'll go through door 6 then. If we do as Clover has suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door and no one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution.
3 plus 6 plus 5 plus 1 equals 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6.
Lotus, what do you guys think?
I don't have a problem with it.
Me either.
All right then, we're good to go.
See you later.
Wait, Clover! Don't move on your own.
Oh, I'll be going too then.
Oops.
Yeah, be careful.
So who is the
We should be
murderer?
going as well.
I assume it's 0, right? That's my assumption, right? At last, Junpei and the other 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, 7, and Lotus headed to A deck, where door 1 was, near the main staircase. Junpei, Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck. The ride to E deck was a silent one.
This is E-Deck.
There should be a door at the end of the hall.
All right, let's go.
Why did he say it like that? This is E deck. I hadn't realized. Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Before long, they arrived in front of door 6.
Here it is. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Then let's get to it.
One by one, they put their palms over the red. With a soft electronic noise, it authenticated each of them. The door opened, and all at once, the 4 of them leapt through it.
Hey, I found it! It's right there!
Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough. This one had been placed quite closely to the door that they'd entered through. Quite close. They gathered around it quickly and hurriedly placed their palms on it for authentication one by one.
It stopped.
Yes, it stopped.
The countdown had ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself up and out of his throat.
Ooh, I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
You got that right. Once I'm out of this hellhole, I'm taking a nice long vacation.
And Junpei says that in like every timeline, I feel like. With that, the doom and gloom from before was done, and the mood turned somewhat lighter.
Let's go.
With that attempt at good humor, Junpei took a deep breath and began to walk. He jogged down the stairs at the end of the hallway and found himself staring at a large door.
This door looks heavy.
But it's not locked. I'm opening it.
He took hold of the bar that served as its doorknob and shoved it down. The room beyond stopped him in his tracks. Oh, it was gargantuan and made entirely of metal. None of the accents of wood or tile he'd seen in the rest of the ship. This room was purely functional, but utterly tremendous.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
Santa got out a few words before awe stole the rest of them. The rest were too stunned to offer anything more than
This has
gasps.
to be the biggest room so far. The ceiling is pretty high, too.
Huh. Could be 2 stories, maybe even more.
This space could be utilizing the entire length of the ship.
What's that huge Kamaboko-looking building in the middle?
June pointed to the massive building in the center.
Kamaboko? Well, I guess that's as good of a description of it as any.
Junpei and the others were standing on scaffolding that crisscrossed the whole area. The proper term was catwalk, Junpei thought, although that didn't seem particularly important.
I see stairs, so we may as well head over to them.
Yeah, but this section's barely wide enough to fit one person.
You're right.
Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way eventually to the floor beneath them.
Whoa, you can't even tell the shape.
Thank you for the
of this
lurk, guy.
close.
Let's check out the other side too.
They moved around towards the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. They hadn't said much as they walked, but as they approached the building, Ace suddenly spoke up.
This looks to be the steam engine room.
The steam engine room?
Yes, that thing that looks like a cross-section of a mushroom is the boiler. You see the 3 round doors near the bottom? Coal is put into those and burned, which heats the water, producing steam. The same thing that drives a steam engine. This one is simply somewhat larger.
I see.
It doesn't appear to be running right now.
The entire room was as silent as the
All
grave.
right, let's split up.
Then all of a sudden, Junpei heard a noise behind him. He turned just in time to see June collapse to her knees.
Hey, what's wrong? Are you all right?
He dashed toward her and wrapped his arm around her shoulders to steady her.
Hey, June,
It was then that he noticed.
Chunji,
you. Oh, you're really warm. Is your fever coming back?
His hands look really big in this shot.
yes. Yes.
He's got yaoi
It
hands
is.
for sure.
But I'm fine. Please, don't worry about me. I just need to rest. And I'll be fine.
Her voice was weak and forced, and it said a great deal more than her words did.
Okay. Here, sit down. Careful.
Junpei carried her to the nearest wall and propped her up against it. She let her head fall back against the wall as if she no longer had the strength to support it and drew a ragged breath.
Thank you.
Her eyes were empty as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand ball itself into a fist and clenched tight, his knuckles whitening. He had to find a way out, and quickly. He turned and looked at Ace and Santa in turn.
Ace, Santa.
Yes.
Right.
They might not have shared the depth of his emotion, but they certainly shared his
All right,
concern.
Let's get started. Hang in there, June. I'm gonna get you out of here real soon.
She managed a small nod before leaning back to rest her head on the wall. Sorry for the pauses. I'm actually yawning right now. The the vaccine, I think, do be hitting a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit sicky dicky, but I think I'll be fine. Steam engine. This is huge. A tunnel that goes all the way across the ship. I'd say this is probably here to move coal from place to place. It probably comes from over there, and then the belt carries it down the tunnel and out here. So if the conveyor belt is moving, yes, the coal would almost certainly come out here. This pillar goes up toward the ceiling. It's a square hole. Nothing in here. Ah, look at the back wall there. I can see 3 small slots, terminals for some sort of connector, perhaps. You mean you think we're supposed to plug something in here? Perhaps. Look at that button. It's glowing orange, right? It's gotta mean something. Guess pressing it is the best way to find out if it does anything, Santa. Nothing. Oh, what's up, y'all? Yeah, thank you for catching the stream. Last stream. A huge bronze gear. This has to be important. This gear is rusty, but it looks like it's still pretty sturdy. There's a small door on the side of this tunnel. It's welded shut and won't open. The conveyor belt runs into a sort of arched tunnel. Okay. There are a bunch of wooden boxes over here by the wall. I already looked through those. There's nothing there. I can go up. The slider is down. Well, let's see if I can get this thing to go anywhere. Oh, man, no dice. This thing isn't going anywhere. 3 sliders on the left are down, but this one is up. There are a number of lines engraved in these. I suspect we are meant to do something rather specific with them. Junpei, why don't you move that slider down? Well, there's no harm in trying, I suppose. Nothing. Nothing happened. Maybe it needs to be prepared somehow. You're saying if we did something somewhere else, it'd respond somehow? Yes, I suppose that's one way of putting it. Thank you for the lurk, Lan. Man, this area is big. One of the doors is on the furnace. There's an A on it. There's a circular wheel in the center of the door. Alright, let's give that sucker a twist. Oh, it's noisy, but it opens. And it's totally pitch black in there. We should, go in here. Alright. Let's go. This looks just like the door we went into. Where are we? We must be on the other side, yes? Which should put us directly above the conveyor belt. At any rate, we should keep moving. There's a great deal we've yet to investigate. Okay. Bro, I'm gonna get so confused in this area. Holy shiz. Hi, Kel. Hi, Kel. Dog behavior. It looks like a hand-operated winch, but it doesn't look like there's any way to operate it. That means the wheel isn't attached. Okay. Can't go that way because of the pile of boxes. I can only go back. There's a wooden box on the end of the rope hanging from the winch. It looks like there's something in the box, but I can't get it. One of the great middle ribs of the ship. I think June's resting right underneath it. Well, let's break it then. More boxes than a bee. There's a bee. Supports and braces. The supports and braces the side of the ship. It's not a ladder. This winch looks like the other one we saw earlier. Although this one has a wheel on it. Alright, let's give this wheel a spin. What? That's weird. I don't feel any resistance. Ah, shit. Nice. Good job, genius. You broke it. I didn't break it. It broke all by itself. Okay, well, I can use that wheel on the other side, I suppose. And go across here. Go back through C. And operated winch. There's no wheel to turn. Oh yeah, I've got the wheel I pulled off the other winch, don't I? Let's see if it fits. Sweet, it's a perfect fit, like they were made for each other. Not shaky at all. Good, I should be able to turn this now. Good work, Junpei. We should be able to haul up the wooden box now. You see the wooden box? It's under the catwalk. Can you see it? It's hanging from the rope on the winch, isn't it? It looks like there's some sort of device on the box. I'm not sure what it is. At any rate, you might as well turn that wheel now. I'm counting on you. Thank you for the words of encouragement for turning a wheel, Ace. I appreciate it. What's this? What happened? The wheel only turns to the left. It only turns to the left. That means we can't reel up that rope. Yeah, we can only let the rope down. Interesting. I don't think that will be a problem. We will simply need to go downstairs after letting the wooden box down. I'll be counting on you, Junpei. Sure thing. No sweat. Ace is really encouraging me about this. Jeez.
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Yeah.
He stuck his head out over the side of the catwalk and looked down. The box had only been recently hung just below the catwalk, now sat on the floor. It had come to rest near the end of the tunnel that covered the conveyor belt.
June's down over by there.
Junpei could see her, still leaning against the wall as if she barely had the strength to sit up. Even from so far away, it was not difficult to see that she had not improved. He almost thought he could see heat rising from her body.
She doesn't seem to be improving.
Ace's expression was inscrutable, but he said what they had all been thinking.
Well, of course not. She's not gonna just get better right away, you know? It'll take time.
He tried desperately to convince himself that what he said was true.
What could be causing this, I wonder? Illness, perhaps?
Nah, it's gotta be exhaustion.
Center's response was confident and certain.
She gets dropped into some weird-ass ship, forced to play some messed-up game. If you think about it, it's a lot weirder that we aren't freaking out just like her, you know?
So you're saying we're abnormal?
Yeah. We're just running around this room, solving all these puzzles like it's just business as usual. How the hell could you call that normal? We're just guinea pigs.
Dentist snorted in disgust.
Guinea pig. You mean like a lab rat? You mean we're being used for some sort of experiment? Is that what you're saying?
Dunno. But it does seem like a possibility, you know?
They stood there for a few more minutes, no one speaking, until Santa turned and walked away from the winch. A few more minutes, guys? Like, seriously, the way that they waste time in this game, one of my biggest issues with this game's writing. It's so frustrating. Junpei and Ace followed him.
You know, speaking of experiments,
Santa suddenly stopped.
there was this experiment some scientists did with rats. First, they took a squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown in it. The tank has 2 exits.
We stood around like NPCs for a few minutes while the time that we desperately need to use to escape this place ticked away around us.
Just to make it easy, we'll call one A and the other B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. But exit B is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So, what would a rat do if it was put in this situation? Which exit would the rat choose?
There was a moment of silence, the precious moment that we could have used escaping, after Santa posed the question, and then Ace responded.
B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So, after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment.
You're right. It isn't very interesting. Yet.
My face when I'm a rat.
See,
The
these
rat who
scientists
makes all of the
repeated this experiment
rules.
over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation, the rats took less time to find the correct exit. Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B. But that wasn't the most impressive part. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial one. These rats weren't related to the others and had never even come in contact with them. And yet,
There's a lot in this game about like
they all
so-called
easily found their way to
experiments
exit A,
that
as though they
are meant
already
to
knew.
prove this idea of like people being all connected in some way.
What did it
Like some
mean?
kind of like hive mind connection between everybody.
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were
Like, lots
passing
of
information
references to
one another
telepathy
through
and like a
some
hive
technical
mind.
medium?
Ace looked skeptical. Santa snorted at him.
How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that story's true. And if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on.
But
let's
it's
get
not
going.
true, Santa.
There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic
wait.
alone.
There's something I want to ask you. What?
Santa stopped and turned
Why did
around.
they use that tank for the experiment?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
Santa gave a grim bark of a
You know,
laugh.
The word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge. You ever think
Thanks.
about that?
Thanks for the etymology lesson.
Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
Oh.
Junpei suddenly felt cold. The back of his head was aching and his stomach felt strange. Ugh. Alright. Get me out of here. anything else I could do up here? Can't go that way. If by catwalk you mean narrow strip of metal, Junpei, are you brave enough to cross that? If you were to fall, you do realize that broken bones would be the least of your problems. Yeah, okay. Let's get out of here. Let's go down here, I guess? Here's the winch. There's a pair of wooden boxes here. There's nothing in them. Look, Ace, it's some kind of snowman's secret meeting. Those are just bags full of sand. You use them as a counterweight when you're lifting something with a pulley system. Man, you're too serious. This gear is rusty, but it looks like it's still pretty sturdy. It's silver gear. Do you think it's made out of pure silver? No way. No way. Silver's way too soft to use for a gear. It's gotta be a steel or iron gear that's been coated with silver. Shouldn't have called it a silver gear then. Shouldn't have got your hopes up. Were you thinking you'd haul this thing back? Nah, but I think 7 could probably carry it, don't you? Okay. Nothing with that at the moment. Control panel for something. Okay, that will connect into this spot here. Dude, you did it. Everything looks alright. Okay, bud, what do we do now? Why don't you press the button next to it? The orange one? Yes. Alright, I'll do that. Pushing. Sweet, all sorts of lights are lighting up on this thing. And, oh yes, I think I just heard something turn on. Oh? What's that? What happened? Junpei, look, the conveyor belt's moving. The conveyor belt? Well, I guess it's done moving now. There's still a bunch of coal on the belt, though. Looks like a bunch of it got dumped off the end of the belt into that wooden box where we found the control panel. Coal. Coal, huh? That would be super heavy. There are 3 open areas. Each of the open areas has a gear in it. I can't do anything with that directly. Huge bronze gear. What do I do with this coal? I didn't think there'd be anything with that. Let's see. Can I make it reverse? Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with this anymore. I think it was just a one-time use thing. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. What do I do with the coal? We got all of them on except for these 2 at the end. So... Can't go down. Can go through. Anything with that? Is there anything on the box filled with coal, maybe? No. What do I do here? Do anything that way, can't do anything this way. Can't go down there. And I can't do anything with the boiler. Looks like there's a door over here in this tunnel. The belt over there must deliver the coal, which is then picked up and thrown into this door. The door appears to be welded shut, however. A golden gear. Doesn't look like it was always golden like this. Well then, I imagine it was prepared especially for this game. Okay, so I got a gold, silver, and a bronze gear. Like, that's cool. But what do I do from here, though? cold, shiny and black and coal-like. Nothing hanging off of it anymore. All the way across the ship. Nothing but sand in them. Pair of boxes. I must be missing something here. Can I continue on past this to go into the next area? No. Yeah, you're right. Can't go to the other side with any of this, so I'm just stuck here, right? Oh wait, no, I can keep going. Man, this thing is huge. I guess a ship like this big needs something like that to power it. True, but I doubt a single boiler of this size could actually move a ship like this at any reasonable speed. You need at least 3, no, 4 of these. Huh, I guess you know a lot about boats, huh? Well, not really. It's just common sense, you know. Okay. That just led me here, which I didn't really care about. Feywild comes out of a sort of heart-shaped tunnel. Okay, maybe there is nothing here. There's gotta be some purpose to this, right? So it's gold, bronze, and then silver. These 2 columns are different from the others. The lights are red. Yeah, I get that. Thank you, Captain Obvious. And I can't move any of these sliders. Okay, I'll take a hint on this one. What am I missing here? I must be missing a section of the room. But I have no idea what to use this coal for. And I have no other leads. Why is he meowing right now? The coal must come out of this pipe onto the conveyor belt. In other words, there must be a great deal of coal in that pipe. Bunch of boxes, catwalk. I just go straight through, so I don't know how I can use this coal. Like, I was thinking I could activate the engine maybe, but I can't use it to activate the engine. I can't combine the coal with anything. I don't seem to be able to open any of the broiler doors. Can I go through door A? Yeah, I've been through door A. I have the coal at this point. Can't go back over there. I don't know what I'm missing. Downstairs? Is there an A downstairs? Yes, I have the wheel. I had to have the wheel to get the coal. So I used the wheel to bring down the winch. The winch came down here. I got the control box out of the box, put it into the panel, activated the conveyor belt, got the box of coal. I feel like the guides for this game suck. Huge broiler, big gear in each of the 3 open areas. Nothing there. Yeah, I mean, it says like, oh, there's a place you can put the coal in, but I can't do that. And I can't turn these wheels or anything. All these doors are welded shut. I can't go through the tunnel. There's stairs here. Again, if anybody knows what to do here, I don't mind getting a hint for this because I have no idea what to do here. All of the ideas that I had have turned out to not be correct. Have I gotten the winch through door C? I don't even know what that means, but I've used the winch. I have the box of coal. I have to use the winch to get the box of coal. I have the box of coal. I have box filled with coal. Have you tried going through door C? Have you activated the conveyor belt to get coal? Bro, I have no idea what to do in this puzzle. For the first time in this game, I'm like actually not sorry, second time in this game, I'm just straight up stumped. I have no idea what to do here. Because it doesn't let me do anything in the furnace room. It just takes me straight out of the furnace room. Bunch of boxes blocking the way, so I have to go through the confusing... This room is genuinely one of the most confusing puzzles of the game. Turn left and you'll see a furnace on the right side of the screen with 3 big circles along the side. Tap the circles to get a better look. Then again to open the hatches and one last time to dump the coal in. Wait, so it is one of them that I have to open? I mean, that was my initial thought, but I feel like I tried clicking on the furnace a bunch of times and it didn't work. Brother. So this is where you put the coal in the furnace? That's right. I had to look at it earlier, but it's rusted shut, I'm afraid. Perhaps you should check the other side. But anyway, I have to check the other side. I'm gonna kill someone. There's a whole little. Let us put coal into the furnace. Maybe if we can get some coal in there, it'll set it on fire. Okay, let's do it. Like a fucking bomb sound effect. All right, that's the last of it. No coal left in the wooden box, and nothing. Great. Well, I guess I should have expected that. Why would just throwing coal into a cold furnace do anything? Well, a man can dream. Junpei, explain it to me again. You're planning to stoke the furnace with coal, which will heat the water stored up there and make steam, which will then drive something else. Am I correct? In other words, you want to generate enough pressure with the steam to power the turbine and drive the steam engine, right? Yeah, I guess that's the gist of it. Well, in that case, this isn't enough coal. This furnace is enormous. We're gonna need a whole hell of a lot more coal than this. Very well then, if the 3 of us work together, then we should manage to fill it much faster. I want to help too. Man, I totally didn't even see her walk up. Are you feeling up to that? Yes. Yeah, right. You look like you're about stiff breeze away from falling over, June. I think you better rest some more, alright? But No arguing. You need your rest, so you just stay there. We'll handle this. Okay, I understand. Alright, time for some manly work. Haha, let's get this coal into those furnaces. Brother. Okay, well, I feel a little bit less stupid now, because I feel like I may have tried that, but I guess I wasn't clicking on the exact correct spot. This room is so big, though. Like, that's such a small detail to have to click on. I can't even imagine how difficult it was on the DS. Man, this is a lot of work. Alright, I think that should be sufficient. Alright, now we just gotta light it. Junpei, hand me your matches. What makes you think I have matches? I see. Then how are we gonna light it? Perhaps there's a device nearby that will allow us to remotely ignite the coal. Let's take a look, shall we? Some sort of ignition device, huh? Okay, I guess I'm glad. This room, like, I mean, the size alone makes me feel like this room is probably, like, the most complicated room in the game. I think it might be. It probably is. I think this is how we might ignite the furnace. That means that if we move that thing down... Alright, let's do it. Here we go! Chippy, thank you for trying to help, though. It was funny that you kept asking about all the things I had to do to get the coal, but I do appreciate you trying. Have you tried going up the stairs? Hey, Junpei, Ace, look at this. There's a big gear turning under the boiler here. Huh? Ooh. Gears. They're spinning. What the hell are you guys waiting for? Let's start looking. The golden gear. We turned 180 degrees. The section of it that was hidden under the floor comes into view. A gold disc. Bronze disc. The indentation where I found the bronze disc is the bottom right. Nothing here anymore. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I would have to, like, put all 3 of them into each one of them or something. Okay, so we got the silver, the bronze, and the gold. Can I combine these? No. Oh boy, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I'm having to go through this room, and I probably have to do it twice. Okay. The bronze disc has a bunch of lines on it in 3 different colors, red, blue, and black. It's the same thing with all of these. They're all different patterns in red, blue, and black, but what do I do with them? I'm not even fully sure, like, where I would use these for anything. Hey, Junpei, what are you doing? It's hotter than hell in there. Did you already forget that we lit the furnace? Ah, yes, you're right. Okay, well, it's blocked off a little bit more now. So I can't go up there anymore. That's good to know. Wait, is that a graphical bug? Hold on a minute. If I go up here, and I go up here again, then I try to leave back down. Hey, look, that's a graphical bug. The winch is still there, filled with coal. Have you tried getting the coal from the winches? L game. L plus ratio plus you fell off plus you forgot to remove the coal. And thank you for the Lark Scoops. Hey Junpei, you remember that silver disc? Do you remember where it was when we found it? I think it was on the top. Thanks. Why? Oh, nothing. Just thinking. I'm pretty sure we found the silver disc in the top slot of the weird indentation. Yeah, okay, I know where we got it, but like, what do I do with it? Junpei, the gold disc we found. Do you remember where it was when we found it? I think it was on the bottom left. Why? Oh, I was just thinking. Why did you say the exact same thing as Santa? I'm assuming it like formed some sort of pattern. My lord. And I can't combine these, right? But does it go here though? It doesn't, apparently, because these things don't go together. Okay. There's a bunch of lines in 3 different colors. Wait, the red lines are what? Are especially noticeable. The gold disc. It has a number of lines engraved on it. I can make out 3 colors here. Red, blue, and black. I wonder what they mean. Yeah, me too, dog. Me too. I also wonder what they mean. I also wonder what they mean. I have no freaking idea. I can't put them back in any of the spots I took them from. It doesn't seem. In the top slot of the weird indentation. Can't put them back. Can't spin them anymore. Can't do that. Nothing but sand in them. Wait. That was since when was this here? I didn't realize I could go up these stairs. Okay, well that changes things. Huh? That's odd. Nothing's happening. Maybe you're, I don't know, putting them in the wrong places? Perhaps you have them facing the wrong directions. Perhaps you should rotate the disc to make some of the lines connect to one another. Oh, no harm in trying. Instructions for operation. When the disc is clicked, it will rotate a certain amount. When the right arrow is clicked, the discs are switched. Please note, when the discs are switched, the angles for the discs are reset. I think switch these two, switch these two. Easy. The red lines on these discs. I think maybe I can make a star polygon with these. It just blows up.
Yes! The door's open!
Given the circumstances, Junpei's happiness was certainly understandable. I feel like that puzzle wasn't that hard. It was just figuring out what to click on. It was difficult. I think it would have been incredibly difficult on the DS, especially. Like, even on the PC screen, seeing what to click on was pretty small. But I can't even imagine doing that on the DS. Jeez. Given the circumstances, Junpei's happiness was certainly understandable. Ace seemed to share his excitement. Plus, like, I didn't even know you could come up here. Like, I didn't even realize you could click on that staircase. I was kind of confusing it with this staircase and thinking it was the same one because of how much you're, like, shifting your perspective in this area. So I didn't even think to come up here. I'm glad that I randomly clicked on it just because I was not sure what else to do. Because I had no idea this thing was even up here.
All right, Junpei. Why don't you go get June now? Santa and I will keep an eye on the store.
Santa snorted.
Why do we need to do that? Even if it shuts, we know how to solve the puzzle now. We could just open it again.
Well, I suppose that's true. Shall all three of us go and collect June then?
Nah, I'm cool. I'll let Junpei handle it.
16 times, wow. He still seemed irritated by something, however, and sat down on the stairs petulantly.
So are you only interested in being contrary?
Ace sighed with the air of a long-suffering parent.
All right, I'll go get June. I'll be right back.
He gave a quick nod to Ace and Santa and dashed off down the stairs. Wait, why were you able to do that command? You messed up. Why would you do that, Ian? You messed up the count. Now I gotta fix it. Dog, what are you doing? Stop sending the command. That does something. I don't even know why you're able to run that. You shouldn't even be able to do that. No, hold on, let me fix that. You guys shouldn't even be able to. Only one who should be able to run that command is Sheepy and Aaron. Hold on, let me fix that real quick. No, it's okay. Stop! Hold on, let me see. Command roles and ranks. Oh wait, yeah, VIPs can run it for some reason. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. You've lost VIP privileges. You've lost Ivy privileges. No more. No more. Permissions. No more. No more. Wait, there's no restriction on cats. Hold on. Just Suki. Wait, which one have I not done? Callie, I guess? I think Callie I haven't done. Callie. Yes. Okay. Comeback starts now! Okay, so which ones did I messed up? I gotta change counters. Callie pictures. No, Callie pictures is right. Suki picture. What's got messed up? Okay, Callie and Suki. Do that, and then do this one. I must set Suki picture count of 1,312. Yeah, Suki's in last place right now. It's true, actually. Ivy's in first place by a reasonable margin. Before long, he was back on the first floor, next to the conveyor belt in June.
Oh, Jumpy!
As he drew closer, she stood up slowly.
Are you okay?
He did his best to sound calm and nonchalant, but there was no hiding the genuine concern in his voice.
Yes, I'm fine now. I'm sorry I made you worry.
June blushed. He wasn't sure if she was embarrassed or still feverish.
Let me check.
Just to make sure, he reached out and put his hand against her forehead.
Good. You're feeling a lot better.
She was feeling far less warm than she had earlier, but she still wasn't down to what seemed normal to him.
Are you sure you're all right?
He had to be sure. June gave him a look.
Oh, you're such a warrior, Jumpy. Oops, I mean, warrior.
June giggled. I wasn't sure if she just made a joke or not, but seeing her smile again made Junpei feel at ease. If she was well enough to smile and laugh, then she really was feeling much better. He gave her a friendly poke on the forehead.
Right, let's go.
Go where?
Oh, right. I didn't tell you. We got the exit open, so...
Great! Let's go!
June clasped her hands and nodded urgently. They headed back to the exit, but on their way they found...
Oh, it's...
Santa?
Huh? Santa was sitting on the stairs. He was, however, holding something in his right hand and staring at it with a strange expression. Junpei and June slowed down and finally stopped in front of
What are
him.
you looking at?
Santa answered without looking up, his voice
The photo.
quiet.
It's my sister.
Sister? Santa, you've got a sister?
Bro's got a sister? Santa simply
Yeah.
nodded.
Kid was cute as a button.
June cocked her head,
He was
confused.
only about an inch tall then?
What? I'm sorry, June. Excuse me? Hello? Santa glared at her.
Sorry. I guess an inch is a little large for a button. Probably more like a half inch.
Hmm.
Santa didn't smile or laugh.
Sorry.
Why are you looking at it?
I'm guessing she was involved in the experiments or something. He simply turned back to his picture and
I was
spoke.
her Santa Claus.
Wait, what?
The sudden revelation took Junpei by surprise. He had no idea what Santa meant. He glanced at June, who shook her head. She didn't know
We
either.
didn't have parents. They bought it in an accident when we were still kids. So I had to be like her dad. And that meant that I bought her Christmas presents every year. On Christmas Eve, I'd leave the present next to her pillow. And the next morning, she'd come running into my room with this big smile. Look,
Aw, bro.
look, Santa left me a present. He got me that doll I really wanted. I'm so glad he got my letter. She was always so excited. I was the one who told her to write those letters. I'd say, write down something you want and mail it to Santa. The address I gave her was somewhere in Northern Europe that doesn't exist. Anyway, she'd write the letter and stamp it and send it out. And then a few days later, it'd show up back in our mailbox marked address unknown. I'd open the letters before she figured out they'd been sent back. Once I had the letter, I'd go around to a couple stores with some money I'd saved up over the year and buy her the stuff she'd asked for. It took a lot of saving, but I managed to buy her presents every year.
Santa, my baby girl.
Huh.
Junpei was silent. He could think of nothing to say.
Huh.
June looked down, uncomfortable. The wall next to him suddenly groaned. I thought that was coming from real life for a second. Either he hadn't heard the sound or didn't care. Santa kept
But
talking.
one year, her letter was different. She didn't write a list of toys she wanted or anything like that. Instead, it said, I don't want any presents this year. Instead, I want you to make my wish come true. My wish is that we'll be happy like this for a really, really long time. That was it. Nothing else. But I couldn't make that wish come true. Some Santa I am.
Santa looked sad. Junpei had never seen him look sad before. He wasn't sure he liked it. Dude, stop with the whole sadness thing, man. Come on, dude. That's not your vibe. Come on. Junpei decided it was probably best not to ask Santa any more questions. But
What happened?
June glanced up at Santa quickly as she spoke. He answered, but only with an effort.
She died. She was killed 9 years ago.
Oh.
There was nothing Junpei could say. His heart felt like a great lump of lead. June bit her lip and looked away. Her face was pale.
All right, let's go.
Santa stood up, suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back in his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them two at a time.
Huh?
Junpei and June looked at one another. There was nothing they could think of to say.
Hey, what are you two doing? Let's get moving, come on!
Santa's voice echoed across the room from above them.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They nodded and followed him quickly up the stairs. Ace was waiting for them at the top. He was leaning against the handrail. He looked very tired.
Oh, you're finally back.
The door had shut, and it wasn't cause for concern.
Sorry we took so long.
Junpei quickly solved the disc puzzle a second time, and the door opened once again.
Let's go.
In single file, they walked through. After walking for nearly 15 feet, they found themselves in front of a middle door. It opened easily enough, and they passed through it as well. A new room stretched out before them. The cargo hold.
Huh. Is this a warehouse?
No, I believe this is the cargo room. This must be where they store all of this vessel's freight.
There are wooden crates everywhere. I wonder how old they are.
Junpei, Ace, and June had stopped unconsciously, pausing to take in their new surroundings. Santa's voice broke through their momentary trance.
Well, we probably ought to start with finding the exit, right? Let's get going.
Bum, 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 bum. Let's see if this room's any easier. The rope's not interactable, that's surprising. Rope's a classic. These crates are quite large. They seem to be tied to one another with sturdy straps. There are a bunch of bags here. I wonder what's in them. Hello? A card with the ninth man's face printed on it. What's that? It's a card. It has a headshot on it. A headshot? Yeah, I'm not really sure what purpose this could possibly serve. Okay. Oh, I don't like where this is going. This is the only area with a fence around it. Junpei, I think you could take a look at that? Sorry, but no thanks. Why? I've, got a bad feeling about it. Pussy. Okay, fine. I'll go. Please be careful, Santa. Yeah. Just in case. Wait, what's he gonna do with that screw? I don't see what throwing a screw at a fence is. Holy shit! This... Oh man. There's electricity running through that fence. Looks like it. And we can't get to the other side. Oh, we could jump off those crates, but we wouldn't be able to get back. Jumping on those crates. What are you saying, Jumpy? There's a huge electrical current flowing through that fence. If you do that, you won't be able to get back. Well, if I can move some of those crates over there... Are you even sure you can move them? What if they weigh too much? Then what are you going to do? Oh, yeah. Hadn't thought of that. I don't like the fact that there's cards with our faces on them. Not big on that, I must say. something inside this crate. Of course we're together in the same crate. We've searched all the boxes. There's nothing in them. There is some sort of liquid in these barrels. I'm not sure what it is, however. It has a white substance. These stairs, they go up 3 stories. What are you waiting for, Junpei? Whatever, I'm going. There are several lights here with numbers from 1 to 9. Only the light with 9 on it is lit. Okay. This looks like it's covering something. Looks like some kind of little shutter. Maybe it'll open if we do something. What's gonna come out of it if it does open? Yeah, like I'd know that. You brute force this room. Okay. Okay. That's a good time. Well, there are 6 holes here. They look like jacks for a headphone cable. Jacks, huh? Maybe if we put something in them. Yeah, something might happen. So this is obviously corresponding to our individual numbers. Can't open this shutter yet. None of them seem to do anything, though. I'm dying. Maybe the power's off? Yeah, maybe. There's a single green light on the bottom, though. That means... I'm dying. Okay. This is the only door here except for the one we came through. And this is the exit. No shit, Sherlock. Of course it's locked. Is it an electric lock? No, just a keyhole right under the doorknob. So to open this door, we have got to find the key that fits the keyhole. Yeah. Okay. Judging by their weight, perhaps a liquid of some sort. There's nothing in those crates. So we got aces as well now, so we've got 8. Who are we missing? We're missing lotuses. Let's see. Ivy went, "Arp!" Can't open that. Already looked through these. These crates are a little smaller than the others. They look like they're the children of the other crates. Junpei, that sounds like some sort of fairy tale. Really? I don't know, man. You ever think about how crates would reproduce? Doesn't sound like a fairy tale to me. Okay. Nothing inside the boxes. Can't get over there. I'll probably just do the steam engine room. I already looked through here. Aha! Okay. All the boxes have numbers on them. Do they? Oh. Ace bent down and picked up something that had been sitting next to the box. Junpei, take a look at this. Cards. Here we go. Okay. Let's go. Let's just start with Ace, I guess.
Now we finally have all 9 picture cards.
Oh, never mind.
We just need to insert these cards into the slots at the front of each box.
Junpei stared at the cards in his hands. Ace peered over his shoulder at them.
You know which card goes in which box, yes?
Junpei gave him a look.
Yeah, of course I do. It's really obvious. You just match our numbers to the numbers, then you pop the corresponding card in the right box. So for instance, the card with the picture of Ace on it goes into box 1. The card with the picture of Snake on it goes into box 2.
Oh, I see.
Ace, come on, man. You can't tell me you did not understand that.
What is it?
Junpei thought he might have imagined it, but he could have sworn Ace stiffened. Just then, Junpei heard a noise. He spun around just in time to see June collapse in front of the fence.
Hey, June, are you okay?
She did not respond. Junpei spun back around to face Ace.
I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You finish the box thing, alright? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you.
Does he not understand the concept? I'm confused. He shoved the cards into Ace's hands and ran off toward June.
Are you alright? What happened?
Junpei called out to her as he ran.
Understand?
As he arrived, June was climbing to her feet with Santa's help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine. I just tripped.
Don't give me that. Now is not the time.
But it's true.
What
I
is
tripped over
what
a
is she
box.
dealing with?
Just let me see for a sec.
Junpei put his palm on her forehead.
You're still warm.
Her temperature was much the same as it had been the last time he checked. She wasn't hot like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fever wasn't completely gone.
I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know?
Junpei would have been more willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up.
Still, to fall down like that? I think she's probably still a little messed up.
June was doing her best to busy herself brushing dust off of her dress. Is this a dress? I feel like it's more like an oversized sweater. Her smile looked a little embarrassed and her face was a bit flushed, but she did look a great deal better than she had.
All right,
Still,
well, let's just get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital.
Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep, and I'll be fine.
Medicine. Medicine, huh? Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy.
Ace?
be a pharmacist?
Why?
Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical
What?
company.
Kill
Cradle
him.
Pharmaceuticals is the name, I think.
Wait a minute.
Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soparil.
Okay, that first off, that explains why he knew about the anesthetic. Second off, hello?
Soparil. Soparil.
Cradle Pharmaceutical is the one that ran the experiment on the kids.
I've heard of that before somewhere.
Junpei couldn't shake the feeling that he'd heard about Soparil before. Santa
Soparil.
continued.
It's an anesthetic that's a gas at room temperature. A lot like how nitrous oxide is.
The cackle that
Takes
left
only
you.
a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. A bunch of countries quickly accepted it for widespread use within their police and military forces.
I imagine probably they used Soparil to knock us out. Zero.
It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer. It was practical, ethical, and the humane nature of it made it the ideal drug.
Is it humane, though?
About 6 years. They developed it from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed, and of course that meant Cradle Pharmaceuticals' stock did too.
Why do you know all of this?
And his information was interesting, but Junpei couldn't help but feel a little suspicious. Santa's reply was blunt and
I heard it
simple.
from the old man himself,
From Ace?
by the number 4 door at the central stairway, when we were searching the second class room. Remember how Snake, 7, and you went to door 5? It was back then. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own
Hey, what
company.
up, Aaron?
After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know?
Huh.
Are you worried about something?
No, nothing.
As he spoke, Junpei looked over toward Ace. He seemed to be having difficulty with the 9
What is
boxes.
he doing?
Is it because of the drug he took earlier, the anesthetic? Does it actually have negative effects that aren't well documented? He turned back to June and Santa.
June, don't push yourself, all right?
Yes.
Santa, could you take care of her? I'll go check on Ace. Looks like he's having trouble.
Sure.
He gave them both a short nod, then turned and headed toward Ace.
What are you doing?
I'll show the cat picture after these cutscenes, BT dubs. Ace's back was to him as Junpei approached. The older man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat.
What happened?
Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry, I think, because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment.
What can't you see well?
These pictures.
Ace held the cards out to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan.
I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyopia. Growing old is a difficult thing.
He made the best attempt he could at a self-deprecating smile, but his face was flushed and his lips were pale and drawn.
At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you.
Okay.
I'm feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit.
I've only gotten 2 endings. I've gotten the sub ending and the axe ending. He shoved the cards into Junpei's hands and walked quickly away. Junpei looked at him
How
quizzically.
could simply looking at cards have tired him out?
Junpei looked down at the cards in his hands. All of the pictures were quite clear and each person easily recognizable. Was Ace's vision truly so bad?
It wasn't. What had made him so uncomfortable?
That was when Junpei remembered what he'd heard from Lotus much earlier.
Prosopagnosia. Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces.
Forgot about this fucking shot, dude. Alright.
In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is
He's
how
so
most people
focused.
recognize each other.
He's so focused. I can't look. I can't look. I can't
That
look.
means that people with
Keep her focused on the
prosopagnosia
screen.
have trouble recognizing even people they're close to.
Hey, what's up, Brandon? Perfect timing.
Maybe he's got prosopagnosia?
Junpei took another look at Ace. He sat at the base of the stairs, looking quite depressed.
Well, he looks depressed enough to have it.
Okay. If you really did have prosopagnosia, there was no doubt it was a depressing and painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much. Still, Junpei felt perhaps it was best he kept Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being. Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes.
Time to solve the 9 boxes.
Please, I want this puzzle solved, please. 9 cards with pictures and 9 boxes. Junpei stared at them for a moment and then began.
Ace's card is in box 1.
Yeah.
Need to do the same for and finally, the 9th.
It blows up. We just get shot 20 times. All 9 box lids popped open at once.
Oh, they opened.
He peered inside.
What
Is there nothing? Oh, okay. There's going to be nothing in any of them.
9 pins?
Okay, so these are going to be for the upper system. They looked a little like sewing pins, but much thicker.
I guess I'll take them with me.
Junpei collected them all quickly and shoved them into his pocket. Okay. So these are going to be for the upper system. Presumably. Okay. So I need to put in the 9 pin. Once you find out the 9 boxes, right? Well, why don't you try it? Alright, let's see what happens. I think 2, 4, and 6 should go on the top part, and 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom part. Well, some of them lit up. Yeah, 3 and 6. I wonder if there's some kind of rule that determines which lights go on. Well, I put the 2, 4, and 6 pins on the top part, and the 3, 5, and 7 pins on the bottom. You think maybe it's the digital root? The digital root? 2 plus 4 plus 6 equals 12. The digital root of 12 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns on. 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 15. The digital root of 15 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns on. Makes sense, right? I see. The lights that match the digital root of the pins inserted on the top and lower parts will light up. So that's how it works. Well, there's one other thing I'd like to check. Well, if he wants to try, he's certainly welcome to. So we put the 1, 2, and 3 pins on top and the 6, 7, and 8 pins on the bottom. Oh. Turned off. 6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 2, 1. 21. The digital root of 2, 1 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns off. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. The digital root of 6 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns off. Oh, I get it now. If the digital root for the pins you insert is the same as the number on the lights that are lit, those lights turn off. Yeah, looks like that's the trick. Alright, now we know how it works. You wanna give it a try? Wait, you mean you know what we're supposed to do with these lights? Well, no, but I figured we could try and see if we can turn them all on, you know? I figure something's gotta happen if we can manage that. Turn on the lights, huh? Okay, Junpei, let's make sure we know how this works, alright? Pick one of the 6 holes, then pick one of the pins in your hand and insert it into the hole. Keep it up until all 6 of the holes are filled. Once all the holes are filled, the lights with the numbers that correspond to the digital roots of the pins in the upper and lower parts will turn on. However, if a digital root corresponds to a light that's already on, the light will be turned off. The goal is to turn the lights on. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so let's make a digital root of 1. Start off with, I guess. This is not the system. This is not how I would have designed this system, but So a digital root of 9, or sorry, digital root of 1. Let's say 5, 4, that'll give me 9, and I can do 2. And let's see if we can do 2. So let's do 6. No, let's do... I don't know if I can do 2 with this setup anymore. We could do 6, maybe 9. That would make 69, nice. That would make 2, that would make 10, 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. Okay, let's do this instead then. Do 6 and 8, that'd make 4, that would make 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. Wait, am I stupid? How did that work? Wait. Was I doing this math wrong? I think I did this math wrong. 6 plus 9, that would be 4, 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. And then we could do maybe, what if I did 7? So that'd be 6 plus 9, that's 15. That would be 6 plus 7, which would be 4, 13. 1 plus 3 equals 4. No. If I did 3, that would be 6 and 9. Good luck on this one, bro. Thanks. What if I took that one out? So we have 5 and 4. That's going to be 9. And then all we need to do is a 1, actually. That would give us 1 plus 0 equals 1. And then we could do this one differently. So we could say 8. Let's do 7 plus 2 would be 9. Plus 3, so that would be 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Let's just go for 3. Okay. Then we can do 2. So let's do 8. And then we can do 4. That would make us 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And then a 9? What would that get us? That would get 3 plus 9. That would be 7 plus 2. That would get us 3 again. So we could just take 1 away and do 3 here instead. Right, 8 plus 3, so that'd be 1, 12. That's 3 plus 9 equals 12. 1 plus 2. Wait, I want a 1 here. Yeah. 9 plus 9, so that'd be 18. 1 plus... Wait. I really wish I could use the digital root calculator here. Kind of unfortunate that you can't. Wait a minute. Okay, how do I get to here? Let's do 7. Let's start with 9. We start with 9. And then we can add, let's say 8. And that gets us 9 plus 8. 10, that's 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8. So then if I add 3 to it, that would get me 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, there's 2. Now let's try and get something else here. Let's try to get 4. Let's try to get 4. Let's do 4. Say 6. Plus 5. That would be 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. And then I can just add 2. Okay. This is what you brute force. So okay, this isn't too bad so far, but I'm thinking it's going to be more difficult once I get down to the last few. Let's try let's try 6 and 8 if we can. Let's do 8. And then we can do, let's do 4 maybe. So that'll be 12, 1 plus 3, and then we can just do 3 for now. And then can we get 8 with these remaining numbers? Let's do 9. Right, that's correct, right? 8 plus 4 is 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 3 equals, 6 actually. Let me do this. That's 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 2 equals 5. Okay. Then we have 9. And then let's add 7, and that'd get us 9 plus 7, which is 16. 1 plus 7, or sorry, 9 plus 7 equals 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. And then we just add 1. Okay, and then we just need to do 6 and 7. We could just do something simple here and just do 1, 2, and then 4. 9 plus number will equal the number you add to 9 every time. Oh, interesting, interesting. Interesting. That's a good little tip. 9 plus... Here's the difficulty now, though. I don't know if I can do the 9 plus that. So what if I did 6 plus 5? That would get me 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. And then I can't get that from there, though. What if I did 6 plus 8? That would be 10, 14. 1 plus 4 equals... Okay, close. Okay, wait. What if I did this? This would be 10. This would be 13. So that'd be 4 plus 3. Wait, I already have 7. I need 6. Shoot. I just need to be 1 lower. Right? Because I've got 1 plus 3 equals 4. And 10 plus, 1 plus 3 is 4. So I just need to be 1 lower to get 6. What can I do with that then? Let's do... No, I can't. Okay, wait, I can just do this. So 5 plus 7s, that would be 3. Plus 2, that'd be 3. And we just need 3. Right? Yes! I'm so freaking big-brained. And the shutters opened up. Hey, does that mean... Yeah, we gotta do it again. Man, and I thought I was doing so well. So we've got 9 holes, and there's an F up above them. I don't know what the F means, but I do know one thing. What's that? This time there's 9 holes. Thank you, Santa. So we need to insert 9 pins. Man, that's boring. Well, why don't you just try it, alright? F means... What in the actual F? F means fart. So is it gonna digital root across all boundaries and I have to get 15? I don't know what this means exactly. I can't get 15 with digital root because then it just adds up to 6. What if I do 9 in the middle? Yeah, I'll take a little bit of guidance on this one. I'm not entirely sure what this means. I don't know how F relates in this case. I forgot to do the cat picture, by the way. I'll do it after this puzzle. I mean, it seems like it would have to do something with hexadecimal, but you can't get 15 with the digital root. It automatically adds it together. Oh, so I have to get 6 on all sections. Okay. 5 and 1. That should be 6, right? And then we would want I got the one. I got the one. Let's do I think I'm not allowed to just do something that simple. How actually in God's name would any child accomplish this? I don't understand how this. Sheepy, did you do this or did you cheat for this one? Sheepy, the cheater. Okay, 2 and 4 is 1. 1 and 5 is 1. Then we have to think about what makes these work. So 2 and 5. What do I have to add? What do I have to add to get? Let's think about this one. So 2 plus 1. I need to add 3. So forthcoming with this scandalous information. Oh my. Okay, this is going to be 3. What do I add to 3 to get 6? Well, I can't. I can't do that. So 2, 3, 1 needs to exist on a different axis. Maybe this axis. And then I have to do 5 here, and then I have to do 4 here. And then is there something I could do here? Wait, I think this actually has to be inverse. Let's do 2 here, 1 here. Wait, but then 4 and 5 have to exist here as well. I guess that they don't necessarily have to be in the corners. I could do 4 and 5 here, and then 1 and sorry. Not 4 and 5. 4 and 2, and then 5 and 1 here. And then what do I got? I don't think about how I make this diagonal work in the first place. Do 8 and 2, 8 and 6, right? 2, and then it'd be 4, which would be 1 plus. No, it needs to be 7 here. 8 and 7, and then 6 and 3. That would just be 9, though. That can't be right. But 8 and 7 is 1, right? Because 8, that'd be 2, that'd be 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. So that's 1. 8 and 7 is 1. Another one is 1 and 5, which makes 6. And we've got 8 plus 5, which would be 2. That's 13. 1 plus 3 equals that. So we could do 2 there, and then 4 up here. 1 plus 7, that would be 8. 2. That's not right, though. This doesn't work. Dude, this is so hard. What the heck? I could do 2 here and 4 here. And then I need a 6 here. For that to work, because this adds up to just 10. Wait, no, I need a 5 here for that to work. And then I need a 1 here. But 4, 1, 7, that's 4, that's 3, that's 11 plus 1. That doesn't work. Shimata! Okay, what does work here? What does work here? So this is 6. This is 6. This is 6. This is 9 though. This is not working. This also works. 8 plus 5 plus 2 works. Let me think about, let me write down like what combinations, what row combinations work here. So 852 works, right? Because that's 2 to 10, and that'd be 1 plus 0 is 1 plus 5 is that. So 852 is a functional connection. 897 is a functional connection. Right? Because that adds 8 plus 7, which should be 10. With 5 left over, we get the 1 left over, which makes 6. 3 and 6 does not work. But 492 does. And then 195 does. 438. 4, that would be 4 would be 2, so that's 12, 13. 438 works. 852 works, 438 works, 417 works. Wait, no, 417 doesn't work. So 417 doesn't work. 762. Does 762 work? That's going to be 6. That's 8, 2. To get up to that, and that would be 5 on top of that, so that's 15. 1 plus 5. 762 does work. So the only ones that aren't working are these two. What if I just inverse these? No. No, that doesn't work. Wait, but because 438 works, so 438's functional. 852 works, 897 works, 492 works, 195 works, 438 works, 762 works. So this works. This works. This works. But this doesn't work. This works. This doesn't work. If I just rotate the whole thing, it doesn't change anything about it. I can't just rotate it. How do I fix this? How do I fix these 2 rows that are broken? Just literally just this one axis is broken. Everything else works. Or sorry. Not this one axis. These 2 axes are broken. Wait, no, sorry. This axis is broken. 417 doesn't work. This axis is fine. This axis is broken. And this axis works. This axis works. See, okay, it's this axis is broken, and this axis is broken. Just write this down so I have kind of a sort of working pattern. 3, 9, 6, 8, 5, 2. And I can mess around with it a little bit. So what would I need to put here? Because this works. So what would I need to have here for this to work? So 6 to get up to that. I don't even think that there's any valid option for that. No, there has to be. What combines with 6 to make 6 again? 8. If I add 4 to that, then I would get 14, which is 1 plus 5. How do you deal with the 6, actually? Does the 6 need to be in the middle? Is that the wrong idea? Is 6 being in the middle the wrong idea? I'm just trying to think of how I would combine it with something here and have it become 6 again. I don't know if I can. This is just getting to 15. Okay. Let's add 9 in the middle then. So the digital route's not relevant in this situation. I'm just trying to get to 15. Okay, let's do that. That's 1, that's 10, that would be 15. And then we can do, let's see here, 1. What do I need to add to 1 to get to 15? Let's do 8. And then we can do, that's 9. So I would need a 6 on this. And then 6 plus 5, that would be 11. So I just need a 4 there. And then the 8 and 9 is maybe too much, right? So that would be 10, that's 16, which is too much. So I can't have, well, no matter what, that's going to be a relevant piece, right? How do you deal with 8 and 9? That means that 9 can't be in the center. But no matter where I put it, 8 and plus 9 is always going to happen somewhere, which would always get us over 15, right? Am I crazy? 9? That's so, that gets me 17 by default. How does that work? How does that work? I also have to worry about the diagonals, so I can't, there's no way that I can put it where it wouldn't be connected to this 9 in some way. Unless 9 doesn't go in the middle, in which case I just put 8 here, and then I could put 9 in the corner, and that's 10. Means I would need 5 here. That might be the move I need to do, though. 1, 5, 9. That gets us 10. And then we have 9 here. And we could do 4, which would get us 13 plus 2. And then what else can I add to 9? I'd say 6, which would get us 9. That gets us 15 automatically, though. Let's try 3 here. So that's 9 plus 3, 10 is 12. Then gives us the 14 there. So that's 9 plus 7. And then we can do 5, 2 here. But how do I deal with this 9? The 9 is the bastard in this. How do I deal with that 9? Even if I go the biggest and the smallest here, it still doesn't work. 9 plus 6, right? Would be 15 right there, and that's 16. Which is too high. Like as soon as I add this 9 to the 6, and it's too late. Whew, this is a tough puzzle. Holy crap. This is a toughie. I'm gonna back out really quick and just save. And then I'm gonna show the Ivy picture while that percolates in my brain a little bit. Okay. What the heck? What the hecky? What the heck? Let me see here. Let's get this Ivy picture up. This is definitely going to be difficult. This that's a free Ivy picture. That's not the real one. That's not the new one. Here's the new one. Look at that relaxed pose. Getting that fire from the computer. So cute. I think do I have to do this puzzle again for the true ending? I feel like I do based on what I quickly read. Yeah, gay Ivy. Ivy is a gay rights supporter. Okay, return to the screen. No. So what do I do here? I think if this F means 15. Yeah, 15 in base 10 is F in hex, right? You're right. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Alright, let's give this one more shot. You only had to do it once? Okay. But I mean, I'll write down the solution, whatever it ends up being, but what do I do here? Because no matter what, it's each place is involved in 3 combinations. But as soon as I combine 9 and 6, that's 15. Unless the answer is okay, you say Riley that I don't have to think about digital root too much. Is the goal that I'm striving for making this 6? Is the goal that I'm trying to go for getting every option here to be 6? I might take you up on that, but is what I'm going for here 6 or 15? Like, am I going for the digital root here still? Because then I could potentially make something with 9. Let's see. Let's go 1 and then 5, and then we can do 2 and 4, and then we can go 8. 15, you're going for the F. I mean, that would be 8 plus 6, which is 8, 2, that'd be 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. We could do 7. But it just doesn't? I don't know how do you get 16 with 9 then? In 3 ways with these numbers. That's 6, 11. Give me a row. Give me a row. I'm completely stumped on this. Give me the first row, or give me whatever row you think would be most helpful for starting off on. Maybe actually give me the middle row. No, give me the top row. Maybe give me the top row. Because the middle row would just, I feel like tell me everything. I would know everything at that point. Not all positions have 3 calculations to consider. Oh, you're right. Never mind. Okay, wait. I got it. TP, delete that. Delete Riley's message really quick. I think I got it. I think I might know. You're right. I was for some reason thinking that this would connect here for some reason. Sorry, Riley. I appreciate you giving me the answer, but I think I might have figured it out. Sheepy, Sheepy, can you ban Riley for backseat gaming? I did not ask for that, actually. Sheepy, can you erase the past minute from existence? All right, let's do that. 9, 2, and 3, which would be... Sorry, 9, 2, and 4 is what I want. And then we could do... We could do 1 and 5. There's 15 with the 9. And I'm going to get 9 here somehow. So we could do 1 and then, I don't know. How would I get 15 from this? 8. We could get 9 there and then 15. Bam. And then we could do 6 and 4 is that. So this combination doesn't work. We could do 9 here, maybe do 5. Oh, sorry, 5 up here. Well, that's just going to invert it. That doesn't really change the inherent properties. What if I do 2 here and then 4 here and then 1 and 5 here? Then I've got 5. Let's see, 5 and 6, or 5 and... Let's see, 5 and 8 would be 13. Okay, that doesn't work. This would be 12, and then I could do 3 here. 4 plus 3 is 7. Plus 8 is going to be... 7 plus 3, it's 15. And then 2 plus 7, that's 9. Am I crazy? 5, so 3, 10, 15. 4, 8, that's 7. Plus 8 is 15. Oh, this one's not 15. 9. Wait, isn't it? And 9. And then 10, 15. 2, 6, 7. That's 7, 9. That's 15. 9, 1, 5 is 15. 4, 8, 3. That's 7 plus 8. That's 15. What row am I missing here? That's not. Oh, this one's not 15. That's a little bit off. Tiny bit off of 15. Okay. And neither of those two arrangements work, I don't think. What if I do 9, 5, 4? I kind of looked at Ryan's message, so I know 9 goes up here. I was trying to think of maybe if I could make it work down there, but just to save myself a little bit of time and effort, I'm going to put 9 up here. I don't recall what is on either side of it, though, but I feel like this is just like a lot of trial and error to figure out which one goes where. I don't know if there's like a good proof or like effective method to figure out which one goes where. Unless you have like one guiding point to guide you in a specific direction. So okay, 1 and 5, let's say, and then 2 and 4, let's say. That's 9 taken care of, so then I have to take care of these guys. So let's do 2 and then 8, and then that's that, which is too much. So let's do 7 and 6, that's 15. 7, 1 is 8, so then I need... Can't do that. I did 4 and 2 here instead. All right, wait, 2 and 4 here still. And then 2. What else can I do with 2? We could do 3 to get 15, or 5. Then I would need more. We could do 6 or 8. And then 7 here. 7, 5, that's 3, 12, which would then need a 3 to get 15. You did it while the Ivy picture went up? Wow. Impressive. 6, 1. This would be 4. 4, 8, 3, 7, that's 15. Wait, I ended up with this exact cross section again. That's not going to work. If I do 5 and 1 like that, then what do I have to do? So this would be 8. We could do 5 plus 2, or 5 plus 3 equals 13. That needs to be 7, right? So we do 3, and then we can do 6 and 8 here. Aha! Yes! Ha! Freaking A, dude. Holy shiz, that puzzle was ridiculous. We did it. The power's on now. Looks like there's electricity going to the monitor on top now. All right, let's see if we can activate the device on top. That was 9. What was it, like 9, 2, 4. That was close to Silent Hill puzzle time. Hey, man. Green button, a red button, and a lever. I wonder what these do. This might help. What the hell is this? Where'd you find this? What is that? Where'd you find it? I found it when you were messing around with the pinholes. It looks like instructions for this thing. According to what it says here, this thing's a remote control for that. That? Yeah, that. What's he pointing? Oh, a machine over there. Apparently it's called the Pushmaster 5000. Are you serious? Whatever. So, what are we supposed to do with the Pushmaster 5000? You see the coffin over on top of the crates? Don't you want to know what the deal is with that? I do. You want to check it out? Yeah. Oh, I don't know how to recap the last 2 hours. I really just did one puzzle in engine room. June fainted. Finished the puzzle. It was a really confusing puzzle, just like this one was. Although it was really less confusing and more so just like it took, like you had to pick a very specific location. Like click on a very specific thing in order to progress the puzzle, and I wasn't clicking on the right location. But yeah, I got into this room. I then did this puzzle. There was a puzzle where you had to like insert the key cards from all 9 individuals playing in this game into specific spots to get something to open. All right, how do you think we're gonna get there? Well, there were some crates on the right side of the fence that someone piled up like stairs. Maybe if we make a path to the coffin from there? How would we do that? Line up the crates, I guess? Yeah, that sounds about right. I guess this is another of Zero's puzzles. Yeah. Anyway, let's give it a shot. Oh, looks like the Pushmaster 5000 runs off a battery. So to keep it from using up its energy too fast, it's been programmed so that it'll only start moving once its path has been completely programmed in. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. The monitor shows a top-down view of the area where we can move the machine. Once I went to send my orders to the Pushmaster 5000, I just pull the lever. This is the reset button that allows me to start over again. Once I went to activate the program, I just pull the lever. This is the return button that allows me to quit command. Once I went to activate the program, I just pull the lever. Alright, let's give it a try. Sure thing. Just keep in mind that there's a limit on the battery, alright? Battery dies after 50 moves. At least that's what it says in the manual. 50 moves! Huh? Oh, so keep in mind that the Pushmaster 5000 can't move the heavy middle crates, okay? Got it. When a square adjacent to the Pushmaster 5000 is clicked, the Pushmaster 5000 will move to that square. If there's a crate in the way, the Pushmaster 5000 will push up to a single crate, move the crates appropriately and efficiently, and fill the yellow areas. Okay, so this is a strength puzzle, effectively. Okay. So I need to reset already. Okay, this is kind of a hard strength puzzle. Can't push 2 at once, right? Oh, okay. Let's see. I can't push that up there, else it'll block it off. So I have to do this. I could push this back then. Push this one in. Is how do I get this one? Oh, I need to push one in. Okay, I see what I have to do for this. Okay, I can't do that though. Okay. Approaching it from the bottom does seem to be the way. Or actually, maybe it isn't the way. I need to get this, I need to get one down here. So that I can, or rather one here. Okay, like this, like this, like this. Boom. And I have to push it up. Now I can't get out. Hint. You can move in 4 directions. You cannot move diagonally. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know what that word means, DZ, so I'm not gonna say it in case it's a D's nuts joke. So sorry. I can't push it up here. Basically, this block is totally off limits because I can't get it. I can't get it there. I can't get it there. Can't get it here. I can't get it in any of these spots once it's there. I also can't push from the middle here. It's a sliding block game. Got it. Let's do this and then push this down. Hey, wait. I think I might see the vision. Here. We do this. Do this. Do that. You never be too careful these days. That's what I'm saying. Do this. Oops, I made a mistake. That might cost me. Yeah, I can't. Shimata. Yes, that's too complex of a path. So there has to be a more simple path I can take. Start being careful with these nuts. I can't push it up there. Okay, wait, what if I do this? Move this here. Move this here. Hey, thanks, DZ. I appreciate it. And I come here. I do this. I do this. Oh shoot! I needed to push it up first. Okay, but that was the idea. That was the idea. Okay, so do this. Do this. Do this. Do that. Do this. This. Okay, small mistake, okay. Do this, go down here. Push that in. Push that up. Push that up. Push that there. Push this down. Push this in. Nice. Okay. Okay, I'm done putting in the program. What do I do next? Let's be quiet and watch. See, it's moving already. This room, easily the hardest room in this entire game so far. Awesome, the Pushmaster 5000 did just what I told it to and lined up all the crates. Great, now we can reach the coffin. We just need to climb those crates over by the fence. Whew, this room is hard. Sheesh. Oops. How do I... Here we go. Get the crates, huh? The coffin.
Mummy! Just kidding.
Really?
Whatever.
The room
Just
can
open it.
smell fear.
Okay.
A small key and
Gun.
a gun?
Yeah.
Gun?
It
A
looks
golden
pretty
gun.
I wonder if this is a replica.
This thing is... Are these real bullets? Oh,
Mm,
this is real? Oh.
You're not gonna take it?
Of course not. All something like this is gonna do is cause more trouble. It's a powerful weapon that gives one person a huge advantage. Something like that would be way too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Maybe Zero put this gun here, hoping that something like that might happen.
it's true, but I think I would rather have a gun,
In other
actually.
words, maybe he put it here to make us fight each other.
I think I would rather take the
In
gun.
that case, we should most certainly leave it here. I, for one, have no desire to let Zero control me.
I don't know, guys. I would take the gun, actually, personally. Personally, I would take the gun.
Got that figured out. But you aren't gonna leave that key in there, are you?
Of course not. We'll take that with us.
I believe a gun might be a good option in this situation. I slightly disagree with this perspective. I think a gun might be a good idea to have in this situation. Just saying. Yay. Looks like it's open, Jumpy. I see. This key should open this door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Yes, it's opening. Finally out of this mother effing room. Holy guacamole. That was like an hour, dude. I apologize to anybody who had to watch that.
Long hallway, huh?
Let's check it out.
All right, I just realized that I skipped out of the the hallway that left the cargo room headed straight toward the stern. Junpei and the other three proceeded down it silently. Some distance along it, a large room opened up on the left-hand side. It looked familiar. Yeah, I want my money back. An iron grate covered each of the elevators. Junpei and his companions drew to a stop and began to discuss what their next move should be.
We've seen this elevator before.
We got off the one on the left just a little while ago.
Then we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room.
Yes, and after that we passed through the cargo room.
And now we're back here.
In other words,
You
we made a
found
loop,
it!
back where we started.
Junpei approached the elevator.
We needed a card to get to this point.
I don't see a card reader here.
Perhaps we aren't able to activate it from this location.
Why don't you just try pushing the button?
Yeah.
Gently, he pushed the triangular button on the wall. A moment passed.
It works.
It works. Sheesh. The elevator door opened and then eventually shut again.
I think so.
Pushing the button had apparently restored power to the elevator.
Good. Now we can go back if we need to.
What do we do? Should we return to C deck?
Let me save really quick. I'm also curious where I'm at in the flow. Where am I at in the flow? Okay, so here's a pivotal decision between these two things. Takes me in one of two directions. So I kind of think that I might need to do this escape room again, which is super cool.
No, this hallway keeps going. Even if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first.
I agree. Let's go.
The decision made, Junpei and his companions left the elevators behind and continued down the hallway. Sometime later,
Looks like it ends here.
Santa, who had been walking several paces in front of the rest, suddenly stopped.
Only one door.
They searched around just in
There
case.
isn't anything else. It's the only way to go.
It was the door or nothing.
All right, let's open it.
Junpei took a deep breath, readied himself, then grabbed the doorknob and pulled the door open. One more room for the road, it seems. He paused for a moment, then stepped through into the room. and there he saw the number that had hung over their heads since they'd woken up. Oh. 9.
The 9 door.
Like the numbers on every other door, this one too was a rough shape made out of red paint. Its door was set onto the back wall of the room. He totally pushed the door open, dude. Junpei leapt toward it with a sudden burst of hopeful energy. It was a large double door, heavy and full of solemn importance. He grabbed the door handle and shook.
Of course it wouldn't be that easy.
The red set on the wall next to the door, displayed on it.
Vacant. Huh. We finally found it.
Junpei felt himself overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last, they'd found the exit, but cold gripped his heart, and he knew all too well why. As he stood frozen, unsure of what to think or feel,
Huh?
Look! Behind you!
he spun around and couldn't believe what he saw.
A 9 door. There's another one.
Oh.
Why?
Junpei's voice was barely audible even to himself. He stumbled toward the second door as if somehow compelled. It was a small single door. It sat in the starboard corner of the room on the same wall as the door they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner.
It's 9, no matter how you look at it. The
Is
red
it so we
there
both
too.
can escape?
So this is a real one?
Junpei shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself.
Why the hell are there 2 doors?
It was Santa who answered.
There were always 2 doors. I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Of course, we just assumed that there was only one.
I mean, technically that language would heavily imply there was only one. It really explicitly says there was only one.
Oh,
But
man.
seek an exit, find a door. But
We fell
who's
for it.
counting?
There are 2 doors. That means that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could escape. No one would be left behind. Now it makes sense why the bracelets are numbers. 1 through 9, divided into teams of 4 and 5 people. The digital root of both teams ends up being 9. Take 1, 2, 7, 8, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, for example. Or 2, 3, 4. There are a bunch of combinations that work. If one team has the digital root, what does that mean? The answer's simple. From the very beginning, the Nonary game was designed to save all 9 people. That's how it was meant to be. Zero didn't lie. He never said there'd be only one 9 door, but anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out. One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be hurt.
I
Someone
suppose
might be
find a
killed.
door that leads to freedom. Yeah, that would imply. Is that what he said, though?
But eventually, they'd reach this very same room and realize how pointless all their infighting was. There were 2 doors. There was no need to kill each other.
Man, if only I could go back in time and keep this knowledge. They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with the guilt of what they'd done.
This game was designed for that purpose. This Nonary game. We were all arguing and fighting over doors at the beginning. But if there had been one slip up, one tiny mistake that led to more, everything could have been so much worse now.
The thought of it sent a chill down his spine. Well, given I know
going to do,
knowing what the
Junpei?
ending name is for this ending, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be just a bone-chilling thought. A voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice.
Oh, right.
Hey, keep it together, man.
Sorry.
Jeez. So what do we do?
What do you...
We need to think about our next step.
Our numbers are 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's a digital root of 6.
The 4 of us can't open the number 9 door.
The 4. Wait. Don't tell me.
Yep. There's one combination that'll let 3 of us open the 9 door. That's why I'm asking, what now?
What now?
Took him no time at all to determine the answer. There was only one combination of 3 people that would give a digital root of 9. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. That would mean
No, we gotta go back.
that wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed.
I agree. We cannot leave June behind.
Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding.
Are you sure? I don't mind staying.
Jun's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginnings of tears and her legs shook.
It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind.
Dude, they're real. These are all real ones. Santa had said what Junpei had known the moment he realized, which 3 people couldn't go through the door.
Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest. Maybe
Bruh.
I'll get to go to Atlanta.
Are you sure you don't mean Atlantis?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, right.
Guys, focus. Focus. Perhaps it was a sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in some time. Santa and Ace smiled.
You guys.
June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't seem to know what else to say.
Very well. Best we head back to C-Deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier. Perhaps Clover, Seven, and Lotus will have returned from door 1.
Even as Ace spoke, they knew finding the others wouldn't improve the situation.
But even with all 7 of us,
Ace knew it. They all knew it.
Standing around here isn't going to accomplish anything, don't you agree? Let's find the other 3
You
first,
love Junpei's
and then
laugh so
search
much,
for
it's
another
pretty good.
solution.
I guess you're right.
All right, let's go.
I have to think like, okay, is there has to be some way to save Snake,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? Santa and June followed. Junpei started toward the door, then
Come to
stopped.
think of it, what is this room?
It didn't seem terribly important now, but what exactly was
We were
it?
so focused on the doors, we didn't even look around.
A red carpet ran between 2 columns of wooden benches that ran the length of the room.
It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony, but what
church.
kind?
Facing the 9 door was the carpet leading to the bow of the ship. And at the end, was it an altar, perhaps? There was a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of that platform was a coffin.
A coffin? What on earth is a
Do I still like
coffin doing
Ace?
in a place like this?
I like Ace insofar as what I see of him as a character in the game, but he is also a pharmaceutical exec, so like kind of F him. But before Junpei had time to answer that question,
Hey, Junpei, the hell are you doing? Let's move.
Santa's voice echoed in from the hall outside.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Junpei turned on his heel and left the quiet, somber room. I'm sorry. Hello? Who's in the effing coffin then? They took the elevator up to C deck. Is it Snake? Once there, they headed back toward the main hall and the elevator, the central staircase. My guess, $10 says that it's Snake in there. Didn't take them long.
Look, it's
Seven and Lotus.
My guess is it is Snake in there, and the body we found wasn't Snake, like I said the whole time. Why is it that his body is completely unrecognizable from the face in the facial area? Because it's not actually him. They didn't look happy.
We've got a problem.
Clover is gone.
what?
Junpei and the 3 companions looked at one another. He turned back to Seven and
What do you
Lotus.
mean, gone.
Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to ask.
Why?
You 2 went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
Seven and Lotus responded as best they could.
We went through the door together.
But Clover barely spoke to us.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room
Cozy in there.
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
and shut the door.
She must have blocked it with something on the other side.
We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
It was empty.
Clover wasn't there,
There was a door on the other wall.
and it was open.
We figure she opened the door and left by herself.
We ran after her, of course, but
Well, obviously we didn't find her. You figured that much out.
Clover's gone.
Junpei thought for a
When did
moment.
this happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
No, we haven't.
Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and
Very
concern.
well. We'd best separate and look for Clover.
Guys, don't
Not much
separate.
time left. Let's begin.
Yeah.
There were quick nods all around, and the 6 remaining players spread out. Junpei and June ran to the large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners.
She's not here.
No, she isn't.
All right, just in case, we should go take a look in the shower room.
Shower room?
That's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him.
June bit her lip. She knew, as Junpei did, that there was only one thing to see in the shower room, and it wasn't pleasant.
We might as well check, right? Let's go.
There was a screwdriver stuck between the door and the frame.
We can still get in.
We should thank Seven later.
Junpei and June slipped through the door, moved down the hallway, and stepped into the shower room. Ah, this good old puzzle.
Yeah, I don't think she's here.
June's voice was faint, and she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little green.
The smell is horrible.
The stench in the room was almost unbearable. It had grown far more unpleasant since their last visit. If Junpei had eaten a lunch, he would have had difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. And the only way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider.
Check the back, just to be sure.
June offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed around the divider. He stopped at the corner and turned his head.
She's not here.
As he'd expected, Clover was nowhere to be seen. The only thing on the other side of the divider was a dead body, lying in a reddish-brown puddle of drying blood.
Snake, just where did your sister go?
Yeah, it was me. Junpei whispered to what was once Snake. He'd asked rhetorically, of course, as there was no way he'd get an answer. He gave a deep sigh.
Such a horrible way to go. The skull shattered, the left arm's hideously twisted.
No. This is still the same run. We're trying to find Clover right now.
Wait.
The bright white of the ulna was clearly visible through the remains of skin and muscle. Bright white. Ulna. Pieces fell into place. Junpei remembered something Clover had told him in the laboratory.
My brother's left arm is,
I knew it!
like a normal person's arm. The accident hurt him really bad.
Of course. Of course. Why didn't I realize it earlier?
Clover told Junpei that Snake's left arm was prosthetic, but the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a real human arm, or at least it had been once. That meant the corpse.
Jumpy?
June's unsure voice and Junpei's suddenly strange behavior drew his attention back to her.
Oh, sorry for making you wait. Let's go.
Can I check the flowchart? Sure. I have yet to make a pivotal decision, but I'm assuming I can't make one of the pivotal decisions, and probably I'm just going to get shoved down one of these paths, because there's the 2 non-standard endings, so I think that I need to make a couple different choices. What room number the lab was? No, I don't remember. Junpei and June headed back to the large hospital room. They stepped through the door and out of the shower room. Down the hallway they went, searching for Clover in every corner. They had reached the stairs when Seven appeared, breathless and yelling.
Junpei! June! Where were you guys?
He looked pale and his face was drawn. Something terrible had happened. Junpei's breath caught in his throat.
Did something happen?
Seven drew a shaking hand across his face and gulped down a breath of air.
Clover is dead.
No!
I found her in the first-class bathroom.
Did she commit suicide? Did you say low rip to her? What the heck? All sound ceased for Junpei. The world was an empty, muffled expanse. Then he began to hear his own breathing. June's mouth moved, but he heard nothing. Oh, Junpei pants. She tried once more, and then her energy was gone, and she collapsed against the wall. He could have helped her, but he hadn't, and now she was dead. So he stood there, frozen in place.
Clover. Why? Why did this happen?
He forced his body to move. Each step felt like another nail pounded into his heart. Yeah, it's a really short skirt. I wasn't gonna say anything, but whew! Finally, he was in front of her. He knelt and placed 3 fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse, no breath. She was still warm and her eyes were closed peacefully. It would have been easy to think she was asleep. Easy, that is, were it not for the slowly expanding puddle of blood beneath her. He traced its source to her back, a gash just beneath her shoulder blade. Wait a minute. Was the weapon a knife, perhaps? But she wouldn't be able to stab herself in the back. If it was a knife, the killer had taken it when they left. When he closed his eyes, he saw Clover smile. Her innocent smile, her energy. He would never see her smile again. He could have done something. He could have helped her. His stomach twisted itself into a sickening knot.
Let's get out of here, June.
Junpei lifted a limp June from the floor and carried her from the bathroom. Okay, so one of them killed her. Or somebody killed her. I shouldn't say that. Somebody killed her. I don't think any of these people, or I don't think anyone in the group is actually evil. It was a foolish question and he knew it.
Yes, I think so.
Her voice was weak. The fever had gone down, but the emotional scars she'd received were not likely to recede as quickly. Junpei laid his hand on her shoulder and they walked back to the bedroom.
You should get some rest. Here, the bed. Can you sit?
Yes.
She nodded once and stared at the floor. Guys, I mean, okay, I get it. I understand it, right? But you don't know if the 9th door leads you directly out of this ship. There were 4 others in the room. Ace, Lotus, Santa, and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around as the slumped figures gathered there.
Who was the first to find the body?
Me.
Seven spoke from behind Junpei. He turned around. Seven's hand was up.
Why did you come to this room?
To look for Clover. Why else? I found her body in the bathroom. As soon as I did, I ran outside. I got to the top of the stairs by the casino and yelled as loud as I could. Hey, guys! I found her, but it's bad. She's in the bathroom in the first-class cabin. Come quick! Or something like that. Then I went back to the bathroom. Ace, Santa, and Lotus showed up real soon after that. But I guess you two hadn't heard me or something because you didn't show. So I took off down the stairs to look for you. After that, I mean, you know the rest, right?
Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There was one more thing he needed to ask.
Seven, there's one more thing I'm worried about.
What?
You stuck one of those plates in between the door and the frame, right? Why did you do that?
Come on, didn't I already tell you that? I did it so that the door wouldn't lock. So we could come back to this room? Oh, you think I did it?
Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what you say, doesn't it?
For crying out loud.
Seven sighed and shook his head.
Follow me.
There were 2 doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right.
A closet?
Yeah.
Seven stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves that filled it and gestured towards a small box. The box was a small metal cube. It's called a safe. He looked at Junpei.
This is the reason. This safe. We couldn't open it when we were getting through this room. I figured there might be something pretty important in it. I couldn't stop thinking about it.
You were curious if I had done the lab this run. Yeah, I don't know for sure. Did I?
I figured eventually we might figure out what the numbers are for the safe. And if we did, I didn't want to screw around with door 5 again. So I put the plate in the exit door so we could get back in that way. You get it
safe.
now?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. Because I just skipped to this point, so I don't know. Junpei nodded and looked at the safe. He grabbed the handle and shook it.
Figured it wouldn't open.
It was as locked as it had been when Seven found it. There was one change, however.
This is...
Just underneath the safe was a pile of fine reddish-brown powder.
rust.
Junpei stared at it,
If
considering.
there's rust here. That means... has someone opened the safe?
Junpei left the closet. Seven followed him back to the bedroom.
Huh?
Excuse me. It was cold and quiet. No one spoke. Okay, flow. I can look at the flow. Let me save really quick, in case I accidentally mess up. It is flow. So escape. chart room, captain's quarters, torture room, confinement room. Yeah, I did do the lab. They sat, frozen in place by shock and grief and fatigue. The room felt tiny and oppressive, and the thick metallic smell of blood filled the room. Junpei turned and headed for the living room. Anything to get out of there.
Maybe there's another clue. Anything that might lead us to discover who stabbed Clover.
As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners. His eyes caught on the door. The door that led to the passageway of door number 5.
Door. The ninth man's body is behind there. Maybe I should have another look at it, just in case.
Quietly, he pushed open the door.
Ugh.
The smell hit him like a blow to the face.
Oh, the hell? This smell is...
His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such fetid air. Acid boiled up from the base of his stomach, churning what little food was there into a violent froth. It was too much for him, and he vomited. A thin stream of yellow water and bile spattered onto the floor. Oh, good sound effect. He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunks of torn flesh lay in an arc around the body. What remained of its intestines had slid out onto the floor. The pool of blood that framed it was half dry, but so thick that it had taken on a texture not unlike that of an egg yolk prepared sunny side up. Why would you describe it like that? Terrible. On the floor, next to the broken mass of the man's head, lay his glasses, cracks spidering across the lenses. The bloodstains near them had already dried like scabs on the floor.
Wait.
That was when he noticed.
It's gone. His bracelet. It's gone. It was right next to the glasses.
Now, it was gone. The number 9 bracelet was gone.
But why?
Had someone taken it? He was turning it over and over in his mind when he heard Seven's voice.
Where'd Junpei go?
It had drifted out to him from the living room. Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway. Yeah, the way they described Gore is pretty
there you
funny.
are. Were you looking for something in the hallway?
Seven looked up as Junpei entered the room.
Yeah.
Did you find something?
He thought for a moment before he responded.
No, nothing.
Technically, it wasn't a lie. He hadn't found anything. In a way, in fact, that was the problem. Something he'd expected to find hadn't been there, the ninth man's
What's that?
bracelet.
Well, I wanted you to take a look at something.
What is it?
Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom. Junpei, get off that phone. Put that phone away. As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip and then fall to the bottom of his stomach. Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips.
What was it you wanted to show me?
His voice was hollow and empty.
I searched Clover's body again. A real shame. She was stabbed once in the back, probably by a knife or something. And I found this.
As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head, then knelt down and flipped open her right hand.
What?
He was holding a piece of paper.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. Well, I did borrow one thing.
What?
He wasn't sure what that meant, but it likely didn't matter. The paper was more
I'm
important. He picked it up and carefully opened it. There were 2 sentences written on it. Truth had gone, truth had gone, truth had gone.
And truth had gone.
Now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
Now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
What is this? Some kind of secret code?
Seven peered over Junpei's shoulder at the note. Junpei stepped away from Clover's body and into the living room. This is a long, path. Holy crap. He began to pace, attempting to decode the note.
Code.
The first clue was likely the phrase sinister hand. Sinister hand means the left.
Sinister was a term used in heraldry that meant to the left of the bearer of a coat of arms. The left
I thought that was
hand-
just from the fact that it was like the devil's hand.
What does the left hand mean?
Junpei looked at his own left arm. at the bracelet on his
Does
wrist.
the darkness of the sinister hand have something to do with the bracelet?
He examined the bracelet
There's
closely.
two things sticking out on either side of the face. The left and right sides of the face. Left and right. Left and right. Right and left. Truth is gone. Truth gone.
Truth gone. Maybe those two words. How about switching the sentence
How
around?
about switching the sentence around? Gone had truth. Well, that makes even less sense. Clearly, switching the words isn't going to help.
Yeah, I've already read it out loud. What else could gone and
What else
truth
could
mean?
gone and truth mean? Truth, of course, means something that is correct, something that's fact. In other words, something that is right. You could then safely assume that gone means left. After all, after someone left, they were gone. But in this case, they clearly refer to their directional homonyms. Then truth equals right, and gone equals left.
Maybe I looked at the bracelet again.
The left and right of the bracelet. These two things sticking out. So if
Truth is gone. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right? Huh? One after another, 8 numbers flashed on, then off of the face of Junpei's bracelet.
did it just...
He checked one more time to be sure.
One, four...
383421.
What are those numbers?
Junpei didn't answer. He couldn't answer. He had no idea what they were either. It's the code for the safe, guys. Besides, he was sure he would forget the numbers in the order they came in if he said anything.
4383421.
Let's write that down. 1438341.
143834. 14. 14. 14.
Before long, he found himself in front of the safe again. Its lock was the only device he could think of that required a sequence of numbers such as the ones he just discovered. Besides, someone had opened the safe at least once already. Had Clover come to the bedroom to open it? Junpei slowly dialed in the numbers the bracelet had given him.
1 to the right, 4 to the left, and... Oh,
Finished.
bingo. I knew it was for this.
A small telltale sound of a lock opening. I wonder if it's like considering me having gotten the safe, because I did look at it in one of the runs. He grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and pulled it up.
Oh, is this some sort of note?
Inside was a piece of paper. Like, where am I at on the flow right now? I'm still at this thing. Okay. This is a long thing. Holy crap. It was roughly the same size as the one Clover had been holding.
See.
Junpei picked it up. This is what it said. Fact 1. The no-nuri game was played once before, 9 years ago. Fact 2. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. Fact 3. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO, Jintaro Hongo. Cradle Pharmaceuticals Chief of Staff, Nagisa Nijasaki. Cradle Pharmaceuticals R&D Supervisor, Teruaki Kubota. Sorry, that's my bad. Agachika Masashido. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved. I now state the truth. 0. Junpei left the closet. There were 5 people waiting for him in the bedroom. Ace, Lotus, Santa, 7, and June. So Snake participated in the previous non-area game? He looked at each of one of them in turn and slowly placed his hands in the pockets of his vest.
Sorry, but do you think you could all come with me?
Come with you.
I want all of you to go to the big hospital room.
Why?
There's something I want to be sure of.
What do you want to be sure of?
I want to know if the person I suspect is really the culprit.
Wait, then you're saying...
Oh, what's up, Zoo? Yeah, I've only played this game. This is my first one.
Yeah, I think I've got it figured out. I know who killed Snake and Clover.
The atmosphere in the room changed, although we know that he didn't kill Snake, though. Grief was suddenly gone, replaced by tension like a strap of leather stretched to its limit. 5 sets of eyes stared at Junpei. He pretended not to notice.
Anyway, if you could all please move to the big hospital room. I'll explain everything as soon as we get there.
Then, almost as if on cue, the bell began to ring. They all heard it. It was the bell from the clock in the main staircase. Come on, guys. You don't have too much time. The bell rang 5 times, then
It's 5
ceased.
o'clock.
We've only got an hour left.
We don't have a lot of time left. Let's go.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I've gotten 2 of the endings so far. Definitely curious to see how everything stitches together. Slowly, one by one, they follow Junpei out of the bedroom.
Actually, before we get started, I was hoping you could do something for me.
Junpei stopped in front of door 3 and turned
Ace,
around.
7 and Lotus, could you please place your palms on the red?
Hmm?
Huh?
Why? If we need to get to the shower room, why don't we just...
No, we're not going inside. Once you've authenticated, step away from the door.
Why?
Please, just do it. Or perhaps you don't want to know who killed Snake and Clover.
Junpei's implication was clear, and 7 understood perfectly.
Fine.
Huh?
What about you, Ace?
Very well.
Sure.
But they're gonna... Well, the door will open, but it won't activate the trigger until they... I stepped away from the door as soon as Junpei... Okay. 3 asterisks shown from the red's display
I have this
panel.
idea. I don't think this device responds to a hand placed on it. It instead reacts to a bracelet being brought close. You don't actually need a hand.
Junpei approached it and held his bracelet over the scanner. He made quite sure he didn't place his palm on it and instead only brought his bracelet near it. The 4th asterisk
I
appeared.
knew it.
Just as Junpei had expected, it was possible to authenticate without placing one's palm on the red, so long as the bracelet was brought near it. Junpei pulled the lever down. Yeah, I've gotten the sub ending so far and the axe ending. I think there's 6 different endings, so I've gotten 2 of the 6. Door 3 opened like a hungry mouth. 9 long seconds passed. And the door shut, unfed. Junpei walked slowly back to the others, who were waiting some distance from the door, talking to one another. Santa and June had joined them as well.
Huh?
It looked as though they hadn't found a chance to break into the conversation yet. As Junpei approached, they turned to look at him, curiosity playing on their faces. Before long, the other 3 did as well.
What was that about?
How should I know?
Clearly, they were all expecting some
Thanks.
answers.
I appreciate your cooperation.
Clearly, they had hoped for something more forthcoming. He continued.
By the way, Ace,
Oh.
would you mind if I asked you something?
What is it?
Do you know who I am?
What? What kind of question?
Just answer it, please. Who am I?
You're Junpei, of course. Who else would you be?
Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. Actually, I'm Santa.
What?
What? Ace's voice was full of surprise, but it was also tinged with confusion and fear. Everyone else looked nearly as surprised. Santa looked especially shocked to discover he was actually someone else. If he spoke, however, the trap would be exposed. Junpei quickly
The
continued.
clothes I'm wearing, I borrowed from Junpei. And the clothes he's wearing are mine. We had a little swap.
That's ridiculous. Impossible.
So, you're saying I'm not Santa?
Of course you aren't.
Why? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa?
If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. 1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3 equals 19. 1 plus 9 would be 10. The digital route would be 1. But the 4 of us just opened door 3. You can't possibly be Santa. Your bracelet number isn't 3.
It's 5, right?
Only then, when it was too late, did Ace realize his mistake. He set his jaw and glared at Junpei. I don't realize his mistake. What did he say?
Exactly right. My bracelet number is 5.
As he spoke, Junpei lifted his wrist up to show everyone the bright red 5 on his wrist.
Sorry, Ace. I tricked you. Of course, I'm not really Santa. I'm Junpei. Who could possibly think I was? It's obvious I'm not. To think I was? Ridiculous. But I guess you couldn't see just how obvious it was. I asked you before, didn't I? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa?
Wait, what did he say? That he was like weird? If you were Santa, the door 3 wouldn't have opened. 1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3. 1 plus 9 would be 10. The digit would be 1. The 4 versus open. Your bracelet number isn't 3. It's 5, right? Getting
You
there?
answered. If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. Most people wouldn't say something like that. The first thing that would come to anyone else's mind wouldn't be the bracelet number. There'd only be one thing they'd say. One sentence. You don't have his face. Ace, you have prosopagnosia. Am I right?
Ah. Junpei's voice was quiet and calm. He knew the truth. So did Ace.
Prosopagnosia?
The others looked confused.
What's that?
No clue.
Prosopagnosia is...
He heard Lotus begin to explain it to them. Ace glanced at them, then turned back towards Junpei and sighed.
Very well. I confess. I have prosopagnosia. I cannot differentiate human faces. Is that what this was about? You want to mock me for my disorder?
No, not at all. I'm not making fun of you at all. In fact, I feel kind of bad for you. No, the reason I brought this up is that there's an excellent chance the person who killed Snake has prosopagnosia.
Ace's face tightened, his eyes
What
narrowed.
do you mean?
Junpei leaned casually against the iron piping of one of the beds.
I'll just come right out with it. I think it was you, Ace. You killed him.
Junpei was suddenly very aware of 5 pairs of eyes on him. He had their undivided attention now. The room had grown very, very quiet. Junpei took a deep breath.
That's ridiculous. What possible evidence do you...
I have 3 pieces of evidence. The first. Think back to a few hours ago. You made us argue over the 3 doors here in the big hospital room. There was no way all 7 people could go through them. Lotus suggested that we sacrifice one of us.
Lotus looked away awkwardly. Junpei glanced at her and
Then
continued.
you, Ace, said, I'll stay here. Why would you say something like that? It's pretty simple, really. You didn't want us to see the dead body in the shower room. You see, if Ace stayed behind, there were only 2 doors the rest of us could go through. Doors 7 and 8. There was no way we could get through door 3, the shower room. You knew that, didn't you, Ace? That's why you volunteered to stay behind.
Come on now. I think that's going a bit far. I can understand if you're jealous of my bravery, but please don't devalue my actions. I only wanted to save the rest of you. Surely you can understand my altruism.
Altruism, huh?
Junpei stared off into the darkness at something very interesting and lazily began to dig a persistent bit of wax out of his ear.
Already
Okay.
knew, didn't you? You knew that whichever doors we took, eventually we'd end up back in the big hospital room.
What on earth are you saying? Of course I didn't know. How could
Yeah,
I?
I'm gonna accuse you of murder, but let me get this big hunk of wax out of my ear first, dude.
Really?
Yes.
Bleeding was not something they'd heard from Ace before. Junpei pulled the piece of wax from his ear, glanced at it, and fled into the darkness. What kind of anime are you watching? I don't think I've ever seen that happen in an anime.
Oh well, that's cool. I've still got 2 more pieces of evidence that say you're the killer. The second is that, as I said earlier, you have prosopagnosia.
Then you mean to imply that a person who can't distinguish human faces must be a bad person? Junpei, they call that prejudice.
No, I am not that stupid.
Then why?
Well, before I explain, I suppose there's something I should tell you.
I don't think I've ever seen that in an
Corpse in
anime
the
before.
shower room. It's not Snake's.
What?
Ace's face went pale. The others looked confused as well if the body wasn't
Didn't
Snake's.
put it together right away, but there was something Clover told me. She said that Snake's left arm was prosthetic. He'd lost his real arm in an accident.
Okay, but if that's not Snake though, and if Ace killed them, who is the body?
The body we saw in the shower room, let's call him Guy X. Guy X's left arm was definitely flesh and blood. In other words,
Is
Guy
you?
X couldn't possibly have been Snake.
Oh god. No. That's impossible.
Ace started muttering deliriously to himself, shaking his head back and forth. So I understand why he would want to do this, like why he would want to kill Snake, knowing what we know now about Zero. He'd want to kill Snake because Snake knew who he was, potentially. Junpei was long past caring.
Hypothetically, that the killer didn't have prosopagnosia. If that were the case, he would immediately realize that Guy X wasn't Snake. Even if the clothes were the same as Snake's, their faces would be completely different. It would have been obvious they were different people. And yet, they still killed him. Why? Why would they kill a stranger who'd only just shown up? On the other hand, if the killer did have prosopagnosia, it makes sense. They thought Guy X was Snake and killed him.
Wait. Wait just a moment. Let's say you're right, and I mistook Guy X for Snake. Even if I did, I would have had no motive to kill him. Why would I want to kill Snake?
I can think of at least two motives. One, Snake knew about your past. If he ever revealed what he knew, that would have been really bad for you. You really didn't want that to happen. So to make sure Snake's mouth stayed shut, you killed him. Two, Snake had a grudge against you. You knew that, or at least you could have easily assumed he did. Even without exposing your identity, he was a threat to you. You never knew when you might be attacked. You couldn't ever let your guard down. Every moment was a moment he might try something. You didn't want that kind of danger hanging over you.
Hey, hold on a minute.
For the first time since the beginning of Junpei's explanation, someone besides Ace
What's
spoke.
the past that Ace wouldn't want us to know? Why did Snake have a grudge against him?
Look at this.
He handed Santa a small piece of paper.
What's this piece of paper?
Well, you could kill someone even if you're blind. Santa squinted at the paper and began to read.
The nonary game was played once before 9 years
You just gotta find the neck and then kill him.
The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game.
Hey, what's up,
9
Sova?
years
How's it
ago.
going?
It was planned by the following 4 people.
What is that emote? Are you eating
Cradle
something?
Pharmaceutical CEO Gentaro Hongo. What is this?
Slowly, Santa looked up from the paper. Oh, it's Popcat. Let's go. His
It's a
eyes met
message from Zero.
Junpei's.
It was in the safe in the first class cabin.
Then suddenly,
Give me a break!
Ace's face was red and shaking, and his voice was full of fury tinged with desperation. Folks, please do check out Sova if you have not already. They are a good friend and a very good streamer.
That paper is a lie! Someone is trying to frame me!
Me. You said me, right?
Junpei's eyes narrowed and the trap began to close. Ace inhaled sharply. His eyes flicked off of Junpei to something, anything else.
Doesn't that mean you're admitting you're Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals? Or am I mistaken?
It was as though a switch had been flipped. The color drained from Ace's face, and as he realized what he'd done, his eyes went wide.
Well, I admit that much. I am certainly the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical, Gentaro Hongo.
So it's sort of it's a visual novel mixed with a series of escape rooms, basically,
So what if I am? I don't know anything about this nonary game.
where
that
these
supposedly took
9
place
people
9
are
years ago.
trapped on a ship and forced to go through a series of challenges to escape, basically, and get off the ship.
Everything on that scrap of paper is bullshit. Someone is trying to set me up, you see?
Yeah, but I would recommend if you have any interest in playing it, I would recommend not watching this stream because it's I'm spoiling stuff right now. As we speak, I'm spoiling things.
First of all,
And like really deep things. Ace stammered as he tried desperately to work himself to a more tenable position.
Junpei, you're claiming I did this all by myself. Think that over, all right? How could I have killed Snake all by myself?
Not
Okay,
Snake.
okay, that makes
It was
sense.
Guy X.
I don't care who it was. You said the killer put this other man into door 3, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Then I couldn't have possibly done that alone. I couldn't have opened door 3 with only myself and Guy X.
Nope. You could have.
Huh?
Ace's face was tight and his teeth were clenched. Junpei fixed him with a level stare. The trap was about to close.
Actually, Ace, when you were unconscious, I took something from you. Remember when you were injected with that anesthetic and fell asleep in the big hospital room?
Hey, welcome back, DZ.
Yeah, back then, I took this.
Junpei put his hand into his pocket.
No! You couldn't have!
Ace's right hand moved. Junpei smiled.
I got you, Ace. Your right hand there tells me all I needed to know.
I feel like Ace right now is effing like Light. Or not Lights, rather, what's his fucking name? What's the name of the guy, the detective from Death Note?
You want to tell me what you were so worried about? What's in your pocket? It's the number 9 bracelet, isn't it? Ace, Guy X, and the 9th man's bracelet.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
That was all you needed to open door 3. That's how you killed Guy X all by yourself, Ace. All you needed was the number 9 bracelet in your
Ellen
chest
chat.
pocket.
Ace lowered his hand from where it had stopped, halfway to his pocket. He looked down at the floor, his face hidden from Junpei. All they could see was the corner of Ace's mouth, twitching like a dying fish.
You wanna play innocent? That's fine by me. Go ahead, tell me. I don't have the bracelet, if that's what you want to do. But if you could take off your coat and hand it to me, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, we'll have to take it from you by force. Right, Seven?
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure.
Oh shit, Seven cracked his knuckles with a sound like gunfire. Ace roared with laughter. He threw his arms wide and his head back and laughed, filling the room with a sound that scarcely belonged there. And it stopped. His arms came down and his head dropped to look straight ahead at Junpei. Oh shit. Oh shit. His face was flat and cold, devoid of any emotion.
Well done, Junpei. As you so correctly deduced, I have the number 9 bracelet. I retrieved it while we were searching for the missing hardware for the red.
Ace Attorney breakdown.
I left the room I was supposed to search and headed to the first-class cabin on B-Deck.
Okay, the only thing I have an issue with here, didn't Clover have all of the bracelets with her? In the Clover ending? Oh, I guess she killed him. Well, it's because she killed him and she took the bracelet before that. His voice showed no emotion, no sense of remorse or interest. It was almost bored, as though he were reciting an especially dull corporate letter.
My purpose was to obtain the number 9 bracelet. 9 is a potent ally in the nonary game. Adding 9 to any set of numbers won't alter the digital root.
I see. You stole that secret knowledge from this. Okay, I really don't need you to do every combination.
And with it, one can go anywhere with anyone. It is, I suppose you could say, a game changer. So I made for the first-class cabin to obtain it. In mere moments, I successfully acquired the number 9 bracelet. There was also an unexpected bonus. The knife the 9th man had used. I quickly pocketed both of them and left. I made my way
I
back
forgot
to
that he had a
where I
knife.
expected to be. That's when I ran into Snake. Well, this guy X, actually. I spotted him ahead of me. He was heading for the large hospital room and hadn't noticed me. The man wearing Snake's clothes arrived at door 3.
Okay, but obviously, given that they're wearing Snake's clothes... Wait, is that Zero? Oh, wait, but they had to have a bomb.
When he stopped, I walked up behind him and called out, "Snake." He turned around. He said nothing. His mouth simply hung half open. He seemed dazed somehow, almost like a man half asleep.
Who is this?
Perhaps he had been drugged. It wasn't important. I tend to gloss over little things like that. I was certain that man was Snake.
Unlocked this? Unlocked what?
I knew Snake had taken part in the nonary game 9 years ago. Being blind, it made sense that he didn't recognize me immediately upon our first meeting. But why then hadn't
Oh, the
Snake said
emoji? Yeah,
anything
okay.
to me later? Surely he hadn't forgotten what had happened to him in the nonary game. But not once did he attempt to confront me. Did his lack
Yeah,
of
but who
sight
is this
prevent
then?
him from fully recognizing who I was? Or perhaps Snake had conspired with Zero to deceive me? Regardless, he was a threat, and it was better to deal with him sooner rather than later. I had to get rid of him before he took action. With quick thinking, my plan went into motion immediately. I held the number 9 bracelet over the red. I waved my own bracelet in front of the red, and then grabbed Snake's arm and shoved his hand against the scanner panel.
Well, that means he obviously had the 2 bracelets, so what happened?
I threw the man through it. 9 seconds later, the door shut.
Ace is the real Snake.
81 seconds passed.
The man inside the door passed away. I don't know. Okay. Passed away might be like a little bit weak of a word. I don't know if that's quite the word I would use for this situation.
After that, I returned to my post as though nothing had happened. After conducting my own search, I returned to the large
Rest in
hospital
peace.
room when the 1 a.m. bell rang.
His eyes were cold and his cheeks were hollow and pallid. When he spoke, only his lips and tongue moved. The rest of his face was eerily still. Ace, I brewed up. Junpei glared at Ace. Is this still just the same thing I've... Oh, no, okay. Okay. I have went down here now. I really need to stop. It's so late and I need to pee so bad. He took a deep breath and thought about the next question he had to ask. He didn't want to. He knew what the answer would be. He just didn't want to hear it. Junpei swallowed, then
Ace.
spoke.
Did you kill Clover?
Yes.
Why? Why did you kill her?
Just pee, bro? Aaron?
She was Snake's sister. It was possible he had told her something dangerous. Additionally, she had gone through door 1. It seemed likely she might have found it.
Found what?
Ranter.
Why don't you go through door 1 yourself? Perhaps it's hidden somewhere.
Devin and Lotus interrupted.
Yeah, but Lotus and I went through door 1 too.
We didn't see anything suspicious.
Yes. I thought as much after I heard your report at the central stairs. I doubt the 2 of you could find it.
I don't have any water.
But perhaps Clover was different. Perhaps she had found it. I was, therefore, desperate to find her. And at last
I haven't had water for like an hour, dude. I've been locked in. That's why I haven't went pee-pee. I've been locked in. I'm locked into the ride.
Did you see it?
My pee filtration suit.
See what?
Don't act as if you don't understand. You were in the captain's quarters, weren't you?
Uh-huh. What are you talking about?
Spit in their mouth, please.
Very well. By the way, what are you doing here, Clover?
What? Nothing.
There's blood on your shoes. It looks fresh. Did you go take a look at the 9th man's corpse? I see.
Stop producing
Your
spit.
silence suggests that you noticed. You saw something, didn't you? You saw that his bracelet was gone.
No!
Clover ran. She made for the exit, but Ace stood in her way.
You aren't going anywhere.
He caught her by the collar as she passed and threw her to the floor hard.
You're staying here.
No!
She leapt back up and darted past him into the hallway. Ace followed at a run.
Don't you run, little girl.
This guy's creepy, dog. He's not my favorite character anymore. He was faster. Okay, Clover, why did you go in here? Why did you go in the bathroom?
That was how I killed Clover.
His face hadn't changed. If he felt guilt or remorse or anything one might feel after taking the life of another human being, it didn't show.
You son of a bitch!
He's a great character. Like, a great, well-designed character. Seven's whole body trembled with rage and his voice rumbled with hate. And his eyes were bloodthirsty, and Lotus and June's faces were distorted by anger and hatred. Ace looked at them and smiled. It was a cold, cruel thing with no humor in it. He shook his head and sighed.
Admit it. I've lost. I have lost. Completely and utterly. Don't misunderstand, Junpei. I didn't lose to you. I lost to Zero. Not you. I'm rather disgusted with
I
myself
killed
for
them.
falling into such a simple trap. I looked the fool. And it was a trap. Make no mistake. I was trapped and manipulated by Zero. The man I killed in the shower room? If he wasn't Snake, then I have no idea who he was. But he was wearing Snake's clothes. And that was no coincidence. He had also been injected with something that reduced his cognition and prevented him from identifying himself or resisting me. And we can't forget the components that were removed from the red before we arrived. I have no doubt that Zero planned all of this. Zero made sure I would kill that man. It follows, of course, that Zero knew everything I would do. That I would try to take the number 9 bracelet. That I would try to kill Snake. Everything.
Suddenly, Junpei remembered the paper he'd found in the safe. He remembered the last words Zero had written on it. I must punish them. For the innocent lives they sacrifice, this is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved. I now state the truth. Zero. And he remembered other words, words he'd heard from Clover.
I think Zero is one of us.
Huh?
One by one, Junpei looked at the 5 people standing in front of him. Ace, Santa, June, 7, Lotus.
Zero is one of us? No. Wait. There's one more person. Snake. The man who died in the shower room isn't Snake. That means he's almost certainly still alive. Maybe Snake is Zero. Maybe he made Guy X wear his clothes so that we'd all think he was dead. Where's Snake now? What if he's off somewhere laughing at us? If he is Zero, he must have everything else. Is he watching us?
Anything else interesting happen? I don't know if anything else super interesting happened this run.
Well, I believe I've finished with my confession. Why don't we get moving?
He sounded as if he just finished doing nothing more exciting than describing the weather. For Santa, it was the last straw.
What the hell is this shit? You aren't going anywhere, you son of a bitch! We're gonna leave your ass here to rot!
Why? Because I killed Clover? That's ridiculous. Why are you so upset that I killed the little bitch?
Bro, F this guy.
Nothing to you. A stranger you only met a few hours ago. Am I wrong?
This dude is 100% a pharmaceutical CEO. Holy shiz. 7 roared and lifted a fist that would likely have shattered Ace's jaw, but someone else was faster. It was Lotus. She stepped toward Ace, raised a fist of her own, and drove it straight into his nose.
Blindsiding me with a punch, huh? You've got some fire, don't you? I confess, I rather like a tough woman.
He sniffed and wiped a small trickle of blood from his nose with a raised eyebrow.
Maybe you'd like another one then.
Before that, let me give you one of my own.
Huh?
Lotus scarcely had time to blink. Ace snaked his arms around her and pulled Lotus back up against him. In the same motion, he reached into his coat pocket. It was a gun. I feel like I've seen this specific screenshot before. The revolver. Almost lazily, he tilted it to point at Lotus's head.
If any of you so much as blink, I won't hesitate to pull this trigger. I've already killed 3 people. Don't think I'm not ready to make it 4.
3 people? What do you mean?
Very well. Let me take this opportunity to illuminate you. The person who killed the 9th man was me. Although I suppose to be more accurate, I encouraged him to get himself killed. While we were examining the main staircase, he came to me and told me his name. I recognized it at once, so I gave him a little push. Just a little white lie.
Oh, is he also part of the original game?
It seems the settings for the dead were altered. Now it only requires a single person to deactivate the detonator in the bracelet. Investigate what's beyond door 5. We'll meet again later. And with that...
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then.
Why is it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
Ah.
Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here! Oh my god, oh my god! There's no time left! Listen! I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here! It was him! He killed me! It was him! Ah!
Yeah, the voice acting is really good.
I had 4 reasons for killing him. As I said before, in the nonary game, the number 9 bracelet is of utmost importance. If I had allowed him to keep such a useful tool, he, or it, would have become a threat to me. As such, I decided that he should be eliminated early on. I wanted the number 9 bracelet. If I could manage to obtain it, I would be able to manipulate the game as I saw fit.
I feel like that's basically the same reason as the first
I would
one.
be unable to acquire the bracelet unless its owner was dead. That's the second.
Ace hates nerds too.
Even setting aside his number, he would have been nothing but trouble for me. He was aware of my past. He knew what happened here 9 years ago. It was important that I eliminate him before he was able to disseminate this information. Lastly, I wished to conduct a simple test. A test to see if this nonary game was serious, or a poor attempt at a joke.
The bracelet was the number 9 bracelet. It was very powerful and I wanted it. 4. I liked the number 9 a lot, and I wanted that bracelet for myself.
I needed to be quite sure. As such, I encouraged him to act against the rules so that I might observe the outcome.
Junpei glared
I
at
don't
him.
get your third motive. What the hell happened 9 years ago?
Didn't I say? The nonary game was played. I planned it out, and I conducted its execution.
Why? What on earth was it supposed to do?
I don't really think I have any obligation to tell you that.
5. I wanted to see if they were serious or Jay. Ace smirked. He was trying to provoke them and it was working. Although Ace had paid very little attention to Lotus after catching her, the gun had never wavered from her temple. She looked quite pale, and when she spoke, her voice shook.
Hey, what's with this gun? Where did he get this?
Why don't you tell her, Santa?
Santa ground his teeth and glared at Ace.
Side of door 6. We found the gun in the coffin in the cargo room, right? Bastard must have grabbed it when we weren't looking.
Indeed I did. That was a pretty serious mistake, you know.
What did I tell you, dude? Always take the
Just
gun.
saying you intended to leave it behind.
Ace laughed, a short, derisive snort, and gave Junpei a sickeningly pitying look. I almost said perverted.
There isn't much time left. I'll be off then.
Well, where are you going?
Do I really need to explain? I had assumed it would be obvious. I have the number 9 bracelet, and now I have Lotus.
9 plus 8 plus 1, 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
Isn't there a door with a 9 on it in the room that looked like a church? That's where you're going, isn't it?
And how do you know that?
Santa told me about it while we were looking for Clover.
I see. Well, you are correct. That is my destination. But now I must say goodbye to all of you. Ah, and please, don't forget my warning. Move and I'll pull the trigger. I don't need her alive to open the door, you know.
As he spoke, Ace began backing toward the door, practically dragging Lotus behind him.
Shit! He's getting away!
But we can't risk it.
Junpei, Santa, June, and 7 stood frozen. Ace had the face of a man gone mad. They had no doubt he would pull the trigger. Ace had reached the exit.
Now, Lotus, open the door for me if you would.
He forced Lotus to open it, then turned and addressed them once more. And he stepped through the door. I mean, like, obviously he's gonna kill her, though. Like, he's not gonna leave her alive after they know all this stuff now. It fell shut. In the blink of an eye, they were gone. As soon as Ace and Lotus were gone, Junpei and the others leapt for the door in pursuit of Ace. But as Junpei laid his hand on the doorknob, there was a noise behind him. He looked over his shoulder. June was kneeling on the floor, breathing heavily.
June!
Okay, what is with the hands? The hands are so big, dude. Monkey hand. Santa ran to June and wrapped his arm around her before she could collapse all the way.
Jesus, you're burning up. Your fever's back. Are you okay?
June's fever had returned again for no apparent reason. Her eyes were watery and her eyelids drooped. Her breath came in dry, shallow gasps.
Really, I'm fine.
Yeah,
You
yowie
shouldn't
hands
be
for
worried
real.
about Lotus.
She was breathing hard now and she could barely summon the strength to talk.
But
Junpei was torn. He couldn't leave June alone in the state she was in. But every moment they waited, Ace was farther away, Lotus's life in his hands. What was Junpei supposed to do? June's eyes drifted to Junpei. She managed to muster a weak smile.
Don't worry about me. I just need a little rest. I'll be fine. Don't you remember? I just needed to rest a little bit last time. So please, please save Lotus.
Big hands, all the more to hold the June with.
Think about what Ace has already done, Junpei. When he's got what he needs from Lotus.
Yeah,
do
exactly.
really think he's
You
just
got
gonna
me,
let her
Seven.
walk away?
damn it. You guys go on ahead. As soon as June starts feeling better, we'll follow you. Go!
Junpei looked at June.
Huh.
She nodded once. She couldn't manage much more, but it was all the confirmation Junpei needed. His resolve was
All right.
set.
Come on, Seven. We're going after Ace.
Hell yeah!
Santa, you take good care of June. I'm trusting you.
Got it.
Sorry, I need to stop. How much longer is this going to be until I get to the actual ending of this run? Santa nodded. Junpei turned before he had a chance to change his mind and started running towards the door. He could hear Seven's heavy footsteps behind him. Junpei and Seven exploded into the hallway, their feet pounding the middle floor as they ran. Like, where are we at flow-wise? Okay, we're novel, so we're probably pretty close. Oh, nasty. Seven's, hell yeah! It was so funny. Yeah, it was pretty good. Okay, now I don't know what your plan is, though. He does have a gun. Like, I don't know what your objective is in this situation. Like, what is your plan for dealing with this situation? I could smell you pissing yourself. Junpei and Seven had finally arrived at the church, exhausted and out of breath. Go piss they. Go piss they? As their lungs struggled to catch their breath, their eyes frantically scanned the room.
Where are they?
My name they now? Really? Okay, I need to stop. It's not so much that I need to go piss, but like I also just need to go shower. I need to go shower. Do we have any art? I ain't trolling? There's no way. All right. Let us go to just chatting. There's Brendan art? I don't see it. I don't see it. You put something in the art trade channel? Wrong location for it. I'll show it just this month, but in the in the future, you gotta put it in the art channel in the Discord. I'll show it because it has my OC in it. And it's really cute. Well, the art trade wasn't shown on stream. I didn't show the art trade on stream. This looks fantastic though. Love the intimacy and kindness in this pose. Looks fantastic. The coloring and the hues look great. Love the flow. Looks fantastic. Who cares? I care. I care. No, I'm talking about the art channel. I mean the art channel in the stream Discord. That's what I mean. Technically only art in the stream channel should be shown on stream. Let's see here. Who's online? let's go into Ops. Let's go into Ops a little bit. Ops is playing some Animal Crossing. Sheepy's been playing some Animal Crossing. That sounds like a reasonable target for our Feywild unleashing. Let's go ahead and show Ops some love, folks. They're playing some Animal Crossing. I think the original English, the GameCube original Animal Crossing. Let's go ahead and show them some love, folks. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Next week, we're going to be starting up Brothership on Monday, and then continuing with 999, and trying to get that all going. And thank you for stopping by, Soba. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Hope you have a good night. Sleep well. Do not let the bed bugs bite. Good night, folks. Goodbye.